Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder before we get to our award-winning podcast that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93.
Unbelievable. 4 days in a row of this already. It's Thursday, Josh.
Where is your level of Jay Cutler? Have you hit full Jay Cutler yet? Are you on your way?
What's funny is I was telling Josh when I walked in this morning, I got that Friday feeling on a friggin' Thursday. I got that Jay Cutler vibe. I do.
Well, you specifically said it kind of started last night.
Started last night. And we got one more to go after this one is over. Hello, everyone. Sorry I blew up. Welcome to the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. And the new guys here. Good morning, Derek.
You got to hit the button right there.
Yeah.
There we go. So I'm doing new guy things right off the top.
It's perfect.
I was going to start the show by lighting you up. I was going to say, where's Derek? Because, you know, you're late.
But I got in just under the wire,
Well,
as I like to do.
that's the thing, you know. If you would have shown up early, I would have been disappointed and thinking, this guy doesn't know how to be a boss. He's got to show up at the last second. That's the way to do it.
Now, see, in fairness, when I came in yesterday, you guys are like, show up whenever.
That is true.
You come in at the top. You want to come in an hour late. You want to come in. I knew that was a trap.
We were very open-minded yesterday.
Yeah.
No,
But,
we're just happy you're joining us. It's nice to have another voice here. We miss Ashley quite a bit, and you said you'd be happy to fill in.
Who knows?
Just for laughs. Yeah, I don't remember who the... For laughs yesterday when we got off the air, this is our program director, Derek. He made the mistake of wandering into our studio to say hello. And we said, well, what the hell are you doing tomorrow? Why don't you come in? Why don't you come in and just join us for the show for the hell of it? And by damn, here he is. So thanks for coming in.
Thank you. I got a Vegas weekend after this. So.
Oh, you leaving today or
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
But yeah, so basically I'm just not sleeping for 5 days, pretty much.
When do you leave for Las Vegas?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, you said. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This is not your schedule. This is not your favorite type of a...
No, I'm not a morning person.
You're the exact opposite. I'm the same way, and I got locked into this 30 friggin' years ago. But this is, at this point, normally you're out cold.
Yeah, 100%.
And you've only been out cold for a couple hours.
Yeah, usually
So-
I'm a go to bed at 2 in the morning kind of guy.
Unbelievable! What a prick! God, I wish I could. That was the time of my life where I had the most fun. I love that staying up all night stuff. I'm envious of that.
I brought this up a couple times before, but it was funny. When you first started working here, you told me, you said, hey, if you ever hear me before your guys' show, I either had a really bad night or a really good night.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So
that's usually true. Yeah.
It's not too often, but there have been times in the past where you text before the show, and I'll have to ask you, how did it go last night? I think it's always been good.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah.
Couple bad ones mixed in there, I think.
So for you to alter your lifestyle, your schedule like this, we appreciate it.
I did go to bed early last night.
What time did you get in?
What does that mean to you?
For me, that was 11.
That is early if you're going to bed at 2 on most days.
Good for you. Good for you. And I'm glad you brought up your upcoming trip tomorrow to Las Vegas, because, I mean, that's one of the things about you that's interesting. I mean, you're going everywhere all the time. You're living, I think the trendy slogan these days is you're living your best life. Now, it's
Well,
not
thank you. I like that.
It's
Yeah.
not the life that I would choose, because you travel all the time and I can't stand
You would
that.
need a lot of Xanax.
Oh, yeah,
to live my life. Yeah.
So you're going everywheres all the time. You're headed to Vegas. What's going on in Vegas? Is this another one of these powerful industry people getting together to binge drink at a concert festival?
It's a total opposite.
Opposite.
Yeah, it's just me and some friends from most of whom live on the West Coast. We try to get together once a year. Most of those guys are old and married now, so we have a weekend together. We're going to go see Motley Crue on Friday night. And
You're kidding me.
Gamble on football games, yeah. That's what we're doing.
It is funny, your schedule, because, I mean, you're more popular in my family than I am. And you see my family more than I do.
They see me, I think, maybe more than I see
That's true.
them.
I get Derek sightings. I'll get texts, hey, saw Derek here and there. But I have to remind myself at times that we're the same age because our lifestyles are so different. And I wonder how you do it.
You mean leave the house?
Yeah, exactly. Leave the house in the first place, but have such a social life.
Being single, man. That's just you gotta get out and entertain yourself every now and
But
again.
you seem to like it.
How much longer is that going to last? The single thing.
The clock is ticking on that one a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
You're not getting any better looking.
It's true.
How many airplane rides have you taken in the year of 20 and 25, do you think? We're talking to our program director, Derek, who's nice enough to stop by. He loves to travel. Sometimes it's work, but a lot of it is just personal. How many airplane rides have you taken in the year 20 and 25?
Oh, man.
50?
Less than 50.
Less than 50.
More than 20.
More than 20.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say at least twice a month you're gone, or would you say even more?
I think that's fair to say.
Well, and your best friend lives out of state, and you guys spend some time together. I know he comes here as well.
Yeah.
So that makes a difference.
And, Josh, a lot of folks, when they go to Las Vegas, they'd like to take in a comedy show. Derek will be. He mentioned he's going to see Motley Crue.
Yeah, I tried to get
hell?
to Carrot Top. You're going to because they have a residency there, right?
Yeah, there's a residency.
Oh, you guys are just going to laugh your ass off.
Oh,
through
yeah,
the entire...
yeah. Like, I don't think, none of us are huge Motley Crue
You're not going to be throwing up the devil horns when they play Too Young to Fall in Love. You're there to get drunk and laugh your ass off.
100%.
Right.
Who's playing guitar for them? John Five?
John Five.
It is John
nowadays,
Five?
Yeah.
He's a talented character.
Yeah, he's not bad. It's just, the Vince thing.
Oh.
Yeah, we've seen, videos of him and his moo-moo sounding pretty bad.
Yeah.
The crowd helps him out a lot.
People are into it, and they're playing the hits nowadays. The show's packed. They're doing great.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Do you know about what the venue holds? Do you have any idea?
I just looked at the map. It's a pretty big theater. I think it's similar to the Adele residency or any of those other ones that have been going on. So several thousand.
Well, that's impressive.
Yeah, and they're packing them in, man. The crew business is as good as it's ever been.
And that's something. Well, there you go.
People like the hits.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I like the hits.
Hey, but you know what, Derek? I don't go to a show so I can be the lead singer. I'd like the lead singer to handle that himself.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm
True.
saying?
Yeah, especially nowadays, you're paying quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Heading off to Vegas. That's pretty... We were just talking about Vegas a couple days ago, weren't we, Josh?
We were.
I'm a one-and-done guy for Vegas, so was
Same.
Josh.
You guys went one time.
I went once, not together. I went once, and I was fairly sure when I got on the airplane home that I was good to go. You know what I mean?
We went for our honeymoon, and really, we didn't know where we wanted to go, and my wife just said, let's go someplace warm. And
Fit that bill.
It didn't. It was warmer here than it was then. We went during a cold snap. So, everything she wanted, it didn't happen. But, we had a decent enough time, but we don't gamble. And we just decided, just like Nick, it's I'm glad I came, but I don't think I need to come back.
There's a little something for everyone. You can do a lot and not gamble. You just have to be ready for kind of the artificialness of Vegas. You know what I mean? Nothing is quite real there.
That's true.
I was told that we did everything wrong because we stayed at Mandalay Bay, which was great. And we stayed on the Strip, that meaning everything we did was on the Strip. And everyone had said before, the buffets, it's so cheap and everything. That was not my experience. And when we bought tickets, they were expensive. And folks said, you got to buy tickets here. You got to go here for food and stuff. So we should have done a little more research because it was more expensive than I was told it was going to be.
Yeah, if you were trying to save a buck, you definitely kind of need to work at it because that town's got its hand in your pocket at every step. You know what I mean?
And that was the first time I'd ever been in a taxi. We had forgot. This is back when our phones didn't really have cameras, and so we needed to go get a camera. We forgot one, so we wanted to go to Best Buy. And on the way there, I'm like, man, Best Buy is really far out. It was almost a half hour. And
Jesus.
yeah, the cabbie was awesome. He was so funny. He was kind of telling us about the city. And then our cab ride on the way back was about 6 minutes.
He long routed you.
We got scammed on the way out.
I was just thinking, man, half hour to Best Buy.
Oh,
Huh?
yeah.
That sounds a
I
little
couldn't
bit off.
believe it. I'm like, I thought Vegas was kind of more, there's more stuff around it. But, yeah, we got royally ripped off there. But the guy was cool enough that I guess we paid for some entertainment.
You didn't realize you signed up for the history tour.
Stopping at Best Buy in Vegas is the most Josh thing of all time, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
true.
so perfect.
Well, yeah, it's any place, if we go someplace, would you like to try out some local cuisine? Well, I'm like, nah, they got a Chipotle. I'm cool with that. The other thing we did is from Mandalay Bay, and if you've been to Vegas, you'll understand. We said, hey, we got to see that famous Vegas sign. And so there was a taxi out front. He's like, yeah, jump in. I'll take you there. It's about 100 feet away. It just made a U-turn. We were looking at the back of it. I had no idea. So I guess we got ripped off twice by cabbies.
Yeah, I'm shocking.
Derek just got done telling us tomorrow he's leaving for Las Vegas. And part of his little fun weekend with his bros, they're going to go see the Motley Crue show. Offended Millennial Jesus has texted into the program to say, so your program director is the kind of guy that'll fly all the way to Nevada to see a 63-year-old man's penis on a high-definition video screen. Yeah. If Tommy's still playing drums for that band, he's likely to pull his gear out for you.
Can they still do the boobs cam, or at 2025 won't allow that?
I bet the boobs cam will make it.
In Las Vegas, they can still get away with that. A friend of mine lived in Vegas for a couple years and survived.
Every day?
Was this a work thing or a family thing?
His significant other, who then became his wife, I believe she went to the University of Nevada at Las Vegas, and he went out there with her. So she had a purpose out there. He did not. And he did a lot of gambling, a lot of drinking. And his source for money, most guys would go get a real job of some sort. His source for money while he was living in Las Vegas was to be handed $20 maybe after 16 hours of work as a movie extra.
What? Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. That's what he did.
What movies was he a part of? Anything we've heard of?
Casino.
Oh, nice.
You can see him for 0.00087 seconds in Casino. But, I mean, it's so odd. I mean, go get a job doing something. Your girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, is going to school. She's studying and busting her ass. He goes out there every couple of weeks. He would go be an extra in a music video or a damn movie.
We hear the stories of people who move out there to just gamble full time.
Jesus.
Never ends well.
Yeah.
Josh, by the way, that was where my friend was sure he could have had a night of passion with Cameron Diaz.
Oh, she's a spy. And this was,
But it didn't happen.
Was this pre Cameron Diaz being a star?
Yes. Yeah. And they saw each other in a bar, and he said the electricity and the vibes were undeniable.
Is this one of those guys where it's like, I think me and the stripper really had something?
No, that's why I take the story seriously. Good question. Is he the stripper fell in love with me type of guy? No. And he said it was for real skis. There was a vibe, Josh, across the bar in Las Vegas between him and Cameron. But he had his girlfriend with him, so he couldn't do. And then next thing you know, she's in Mask. She's in, what was she in? Charlie's.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I had a moment there where I was at a bar and I spotted this woman across the bar, and I was really vibing with her, and we were having a great conversation and flirting, and I was like, so what do you do? She's like, yeah, I'm a hooker.
God,
it's like, man, my game is not as strong as I thought it was.
The closest I can come, again, this is the difference between your lifestyle and mine. You were vibing with a hooker. I had an attractive woman wave at me the other day, and I waved back, and it turns out she was just opening up her garage door. So we had a connection there that didn't exist whatsoever.
Oh, she was reaching for her garage door
Yeah,
opener.
she was pushing up for the garage door opener, and
The connection was made already.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And was not mutual, apparently.
In all of your travels, Derek, speaking of famous people, at least I brought it up, you go everywhere. Airplane rides to Chicago, New York, Las Vegas, London. When was the last time you crossed paths with a famous person? Sometimes you travel to specifically, hang out with bands and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a lot of bands in there. You know what I mean? So
Is that all? Is that fun for the most part, or after a while do you get kind of? I mean, I know part of your job is to do these things.
I actually don't super like meeting bands.
We don't super like it either.
No, we don't like it at all for the most part.
Because they can be difficult.
And
Yeah.
we've been lucky a few times.
Yeah, there's some good ones. Don't get us wrong.
Sometimes you click. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's just like meeting any other kind of strangers. But a lot of times people are like, "Oh man, can I get backstage passes? It'd be amazing." And it's like, it's not really as amazing as you think.
No,
Like,
backstage is not amazing. It
Yeah.
was maybe 35 years ago, but
Yeah.
it's not amazing anymore.
That's fun. When I first started here, I remember thinking, "Oh, that's cool. We could get backstage."
Yeah.
And there's some of these bands I really liked, and I was surprised how boring it was backstage. You had more fun out front for sure.
It's just people working, and mostly people you don't know. So it doesn't really,
Yeah.
like, oh, cool, there's a deli plate. Great,
That's about it. There's some chips and cheese and maybe a cooler full of water, and it's not like it used to be.
Yeah. So I did cross paths with Lincoln Park and Spirit Box, but in London a couple months ago. But that was kind of what I was going for. So,
That's what you were going for.
Yeah, it wasn't like I just ran into famous people.
I hear you.
This is fun, Derek. So every once in a while, we'll get a text from someone, and they'll tell us the first thing they heard us say when they turned the radio on, and sometimes it's ridiculous. Folgers canned Jesus. He wanted to thank us because the first thing he heard when he turned the radio on was 62-year-old or 63-year-old man's penis on high definition television. First thing he heard.
Super big screen, man. Super big screen.
And so since you're the boss, maybe you can help us with this. We're getting a lot of texts saying we're having some technical issues already. Is that our backup transmitter?
Is that my fault?
They're saying, ask Derek what's going on here. I guess we're coming out of the left speaker, people are saying.
Well, that shouldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we are on the backup transmitter today. For anyone who's if you're
What the hell does that mean?
if you're way the F out there, we might be coming in a less clear than we normally would be.
Yeah, we've got some texts on that already, so
Yeah, but we should be in all the channels, if you will.
we'll have to figure that one out.
All right.
There you go. Oh,
It's kind of like we're telling secrets, right? We're just whispering in one ear.
Are you just hoping that Patrick's listening, maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, the engineer?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'll shoot him a text.
Yeah, let's send out some text messages. We'll send him some links.
Yeah, I wanted to. We're getting so many texts on it, so we're aware. Thank you for letting us know. Otherwise, we wouldn't be. It sounds normal to us, so thank you.
So you hit it off with a hooker out there, huh, Derek?
Yeah. I mean, I ejected the conversation at that point. I wasn't really.
Coward.
All right, raise your hand. Who here's ever slept with a hooker?
Jesus.
No hands are raised.
No hands are raised.
My pal who lived in Vegas, he had a great story. He had a few great stories out of his experience there. One of them was the Red Cross story that I've told many times on this program. I'm not going to get into that again right now. But so he and his girlfriend are living together, and eventually one of our other bros here in Minnesota contacts the couple in Vegas and says, "Hey, I'd like to come out there too. Do you need a roommate? I could help you pay rent." And my pal, who had been living out in Vegas with his girlfriend, said, "Sure. That sounds like fun. Come on out." So this extra guy moves out to Vegas with my buddy and his girlfriend. And, hey, my buddy now had a drinking partner. Didn't have to drink alone all day long while his girlfriend was studying at UNLV. Now he had a gambling partner, so they had fun at first. But this extra guy who moved out to Vegas became a little bit of a problem with the drinking and the prostitutes. As a matter of fact, one evening, my pal comes home from doing who knows what with his girlfriend, and their extra roommate, is at the apartment. They walk in the door. Now, this is many, many years ago when you wanted a prostitute in Vegas back in those days. You looked it up in the phone book, right? So they walk into the apartment. Dude, the extra dude, is on his back with the phone in his hand and the phone book open laying next to him. He passed out unconscious while dialing up a prostitute. He fell backwards in his chair and just...
How easy is it to find a prostitute?
Pretty.
They come up to you.
Yeah.
Like you at a regular place?
At a casino, yeah.
Oh, so yeah, I was just wondering, can you just Google prostitutes near me like you might a restaurant?
I haven't tried the Google. I have been approached a few times. I am not great at spotting them, clearly, as we've figured out.
I only was once, and that was in Hawaii. We, some friends and I we used to go to I lived there for like 2 months kind of by accident. A buddy's dad flew us out there. It was free. It was awesome. And so we were just up and down the Waikiki Strip, and there were so many, and they didn't hide at all. I mean, it was completely obvious what was going on. Usually, if you were a Japanese businessman, they were all over you. Yeah. They were the favorite.
They know their customer type, I think.
I think you're right.
They've done the market research.
They did seem very organized, that's for sure. Yeah. So it's funny, I asked, who here slept with a prostitute? Raise your hand, just in this room, and we're getting just emojis coming in from listeners with a hand raised. And is it 651 to 715, or Jesus says, never actually slept with one, but everything but.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. What stops you from going all the way? Is it just the money?
Was but one T or two?
One. Just okay. One T.
Okay. What stops you?
Yeah, or maybe you just finish early, or... Yeah, I wonder how...
When you get to everything but, I guess is what...
Oh, yeah, when they give you the menu, do you get to pick? Is that how that works?
God dang. Hey, this is interesting. Not only did Dana provide this information this morning, but I've also received a text from a listener. This is a message for you, Josh. Dana and a listener wanted you to know about this. I guess warped minds think alike. Josh, were you aware of the fact that a book has been written, and the book is called So You Want to Be a Cuckold?
Oh, yeah, it has nothing to do with me other than I appreciate the jokes, but I am familiar with the book.
You are familiar with the book?
Yeah. There were some articles written on this thing.
So you want to be... Did you just burp on the microphone, Derek? What
no.
was that? Oh.
I heard something, too.
So You Want to Be a Cuckold, written by a lady named Adrena Winters.
There's articles going around about what's popular in sex with couples right now, people in relationships, and this was one of them. It was like the surprising number one answer, and it was cuckolding.
That's awesome. I love that folks are directing that to you. You don't necessarily enjoy that.
No, I would have no interest in
Would
that.
you say that the bit has gone a little too far at this point?
Oh, yes. I've said I regretted it. I thought those jokes were funny, and even when it was directed at me, and now at this point, I wish that never happened.
I noticed you're not getting a lot of texts with hand raised about how they're going to get it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Where are the cuckolds out there? Show of hands. Okay. Yeah, we already did who's had sex with a prostitute. Now, show of hands if you are a cuck. So does the word cuck no longer crack you up the way it used to?
It's not as funny as it used to. God. Although, you know what?
Doesn't that suck the way how that plays itself out sometimes?
Hey, I think I'm a pretty good sport, but at this time I'm kind of tired of it. But sometimes it does shock me when somebody throws it out of nowhere. I still do kind of laugh.
Yeah, you can't help it. At any rate, maybe later on we can get further into this conversation. Like Josh mentioned, all this cuck talk going around is because the arithmetic has been done and, surveys have been completed, and the hottest trend in sex in the year 20 and 25 is cucking, cuckolding, whatever, however you say it properly. Maybe we can get into the rest of the...
I'd like to hear more about how we discover these trends.
I don't know who is... Maybe there's something in here as to who is asked. Who is surveyed on this? I don't know, Derek. I don't know. I've never been asked about this kind of thing.
Me neither.
Nobody's come up to you at the grocery store and asked you about if you're into cucking or not?
Yeah, are you like on a weird mailing list when they send
Mailing list or a website or a magazine subscription. I don't know. I don't know how we come up with these answers either, Derek, but by God, they're out there.
There's just people just going into your search histories.
Do you think, yeah, it's got to be something like that, right? Do you think cuckolding would be more popular in folks that have been in a relationship for a very long time? They've tried everything together.
Without question.
They've just moved to that?
Without question.
Yeah, you're running out of things to do.
Yeah, that's why it's always the older folks at the swingers parties. It's always the older folks at the nude beach. It's the old folks that are absolutely, Josh.
Yeah, you got to work your way to it.
Yeah.
After a while, yeah, just kind of like, well, you know what? Maybe that is kind of fun. And I'm exhausted. Let somebody else please this person. Out for a rip, Jesus says that I have now cuck blocked him because of the cuck thing.
Yeah, I got a text that says, so Josh doesn't like cuck jokes anymore, huh? That sounds like something a cuck would say. It sucks when something like that happens, you know. It's fun for a while, and then it just stops being fun. Happens to everybody, Josh. It's only natural. All right. We ought to move forward. We're very excited to have our program director, Derek, join us this morning.
Yeah, thanks again.
It's going to be fun. We've had you in here before, had some fun. I don't see why today would be any different. So that's pretty cool for you to completely change your schedule for us. But we are kind of what butters your bread when you think about it.
Yeah, you know, sometimes.
Let's be real about this. Let's be real about this. If it wasn't for us, you're not wearing that fancy sweater that you're wearing this
That's right. That's right. And think of all of the extra music I'd have to come up with.
Never thought about that. We'll take a break. We'll come back with the stupid news here in a minute on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Thursday Night Football is back, and it's only on Prime Video. Tonight, the Washington Commanders take on the Green Bay Packers with both teams determined to prove their worth. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. Eastern with football's best party, TNF Tonight, presented by Verizon. Not a Prime member? Not a problem. Simply sign up for a 30-day free trial. It's the Commanders and the Packers tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime Video. Restrictions apply. See Amazon.com/Amazon Prime for details.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
It's just us dudes. As a matter of fact, the sausage count has gone up by 1 for today. Just because he's a cold-blooded pimp, our program director, Derek Madden, has upped and joined us for today's broadcast. Yeah. Gets more ass than a toilet seat, this guy.
Very true. Total stud.
Our next step is our stupid news report, Derek. Are you down with that?
Yeah, I'm ready for some stupid news.
Good. I like the first one, too. I really do. I think this is a great way to start today's issue.
A good tie-in to what we've been talking about, too.
Travel?
No, gambling.
Gambling. Oh, right. Yeah. Straight out of a movie here. A dude climbed aboard one of those cruise ships, a Royal Caribbean cruise ship. I've been on one of those. Well, I can't be sure of the brand. But I've been on a cruise ship once before. It was all right. It was good and bad. You ever been on a cruise, Derek?
I have. Sounds like they really left an impression on you if you can't remember the brand.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
I'm on the fence about it. I've heard good things. Actually, I've heard great things, but I've also heard some stuff that's pretty bad. What was your experience like?
I mean, like Nick, I went a long time ago. It's been decades now, but I actually had a really good time.
It was all right.
They're kind of floating casinos, so I could see how this might lead to some gambling issues.
There you go. Yeah, dude went on a cruise. They were going from a place called San Juan, Puerto Rico, to another place called Barbados, wherever the hell that is. So they start off in San Juan, they go to Barbados, they come back. And as Derek just mentioned, they have casinos on those pigs. On the big stinking cruise ships. They've got full-on, real-deal casinos. So from what I understand here, the dude I was telling you about, he visited the ship's casino while they were traveling across the ocean. He did. And he lost his ass. By the time he was done, he owed the casino $1,000.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
$16,000. So what did he do? He jumped off the boat.
Like just into the ocean?
The sumbitch jumped off the boat. There he goes. And he made it. He's alive. And now the peckerhead has been charged with what they call here a federal crime. He goes by the name of J. Gonzalez Diaz. And it wasn't in the middle of the ocean like, what was that movie where they were floating on the door? The movie where they were floating on
Titanic?
the door. Titanic. It wasn't in the middle of nowhere that he dumped himself into the drink. As the ship was pulling into port there in Puerto Rico, as the ride was coming to an end, this J dude, he knew damn well before he got off that damn boat, the casino was going to want him to pay up. So as they were getting close to shore, he wanted nothing to do with facing the music on that money, so he upped and tossed himself over the side and into the drink.
What was the plan from there?
Don't know.
Swim to freedom?
I guess he was probably hoping no one would notice him going over the side. He was close to shore. He could swim and just climb up on a dock somewhere and run away and escape his debts forever.
And then they just forget about their $16,000.
Right.
That'd be cool if that worked in every situation. Well, he did jump from a boat, guys. Let's just write this off.
Hey, we're out $16,000, but out of sight, out of mind.
And this guy, he damn near drowned before someone dragged him back to land with their jet ski. And apparently that was captured on video. That is outstanding. Just effing outstanding. When he was apprehended, he had $14,600 in cash on him.
What?
I don't know. Along with 2 cellular telephones and 5 different IDs. So I don't know the significance of that. Later on in the story, it notes that J. Gonzalez Diaz might not have been his real name.
Is that anyone's real name? Yeah, to be honest.
That does sound like that's like a Ron Mexico, isn't it? That doesn't sound real.
He's some level of career criminal, and now he's out on bail, and he could be going away to prison for 5 years. Nice work, stupid.
He had almost $15,000 in cash on him.
Yeah, he pretty much had what he owed.
He must have owed that to somebody else.
Right, I was just going to say.
Some dangerous folks, as
I
they
bet
say.
that $14,500 he had in his pocket did not belong to him.
Yeah, the mob gave it to him or something.
The son of a bitch threw himself over the side of the boat.
Can you imagine then you find out you're fined $250,000 after that? Just, I can't get right. I jumped off a boat for this.
He's also been fined $250,000?
Yeah.
I missed that.
They apparently he owes around 15 times what he lost at that casino.
What do you think he's going to do to get that money?
God help us.
Yeah, how do you pay back $250,000 outside of taking out a 30-year mortgage?
It doesn't sound like this guy's got a lot of income streams. So,
No.
Wouldn't that be something to have been standing on the ship somewhere, having a drink, and watching this guy go over? That's a long ways down on those cruise ships.
Uh-huh.
I love that bit. Love that one. Now, married couples. They break up for all kinds of reasons. I know this was your experience, Dana, but just so you know, not all married couples divorce because the husband can't sexually satisfy his wife.
Okay. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? It's not all of them are that way.
He's only basing it off her social media presence. Many posts on various social media sites, and that's all he's basing it on.
A couple in China, they've gone ahead and filed for divorce because they can't agree on a name for the baby that they made. So they said, F it. This is over.
That's just insane.
These two fools got married in the year of 20 and 23. The old lady pumped out a baby boy last year. And ever since, these two grown people have been at each other's throats over what to call their little baby. I suppose since it's China, the names would mean very little to us. So I guess that I was going to say I wish we knew what names they were arguing over, but it wouldn't mean anything to us in the first place. They both insisted that they have the superior name. Neither wanted to back down for Dick Tracy. They ended up in court. They're getting a divorce.
I was going to say, don't you think it's just an independent arbitrator of some kind? Let's put it to a vote sort of situation.
Yeah, ask your family.
Yeah, you settle that. You know what I mean?
Neither one of them are taking any other option.
Flip a coin. There's a lot of ways to get out of this one, I feel like.
It was kind of weird. A friend of mine, she actually was on the news because she allowed friends to pick her kid's name. Now, she had like a list of 5, and online, people would vote on the kid's name. So, which to me, I'd never heard of something like that. Now, it doesn't seem that uncommon, that kind of stuff where people reach out online. But at that time, it was kind of shocking.
I think I remember this, Josh, and in the end, didn't the baby end up with just a terrible name?
Oh, I'm not so sure. It depends on who you ask.
Can you imagine you're like, the kid's like 8 or 9, and he's like, Mom, why isn't Dad around anymore?
I left his ass.
He wanted to call you Stewie, and I just wouldn't have it.
Friggin' divorce. Neither one would back down for a damn thing. Even the judge presiding over the case said, the child is over 1 year old and still doesn't have a birth certificate. What the hell is wrong with the both of you? Now, without a birth certificate, I don't know how it's done around here, but without a birth certificate, the baby can't get all of the proper medical care that a baby needs. What a disaster.
This seems like baby people who should not have a baby.
Jesus.
Yeah, you'd think, sometimes couples will talk about it beforehand, we did, right? Once we found out my wife was pregnant, we had those conversations. It wasn't a last-second decision. Although I know some people that will have like a whole list of names. When the baby comes out, they look at them and see what the baby looks like. Oh, that's definitely a Jennifer or something like that.
What was the baby name that your wife came up with that you would have done anything to prevent?
I don't want to say because I don't want to offend anybody, but I'll tell you, she did come up with a name where I thought, who have I married? This makes no sense whatsoever.
It's no big deal. It's just you're not favorable to that name.
Was it like Latavius or something like that?
It was like that.
Oh, yeah?
It sounded like a Greek
Write it down.
god
Will you write it down?
Yeah.
So there was one name that she came up with where you said, look, there's no way that's happening while I'm still breathing.
It just, to me, I thought she was kidding.
And how long did she hang on to this before she let it go?
If it was a girl, and it was a girl name.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how far she would have went with
I think I know what it is.
It's
but
funny
anyway,
because
write it down.
when you brought up this story, I figured that there was some sort of argument when you were naming your child and you just lost. That was exactly the scenario I was coming up with.
I was kind of, I shouldn't say, well, okay, I was against it. It just made no sense.
Okay,
For a guy?
No, that was for a girl.
Okay, gotcha.
Josh has handed the name to Derek. This was supposed to be for a little baby girl.
Yeah, for a girl.
I remember this now. I remember you bringing this up before. How long did your wife push this?
She was like, it was her number one name for sure.
Really?
But eventually she realized, okay, maybe it wouldn't make sense.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Like I said, I hate to leave folks out, but I don't want to offend anybody.
It's a very dramatic name.
It doesn't make any sense,
right?
Does it?
It's a name that you'd see connected to royalty.
Yeah, or a pop star of some sort.
Some sort of fake stage name. I mean, you live in Egan, you know.
I know.
So anyway, back to this married couple in China. Both of them wouldn't back down at all when it came to their baby's name. Husband wanted to go this way, wife wanted to go that way. There's no in between for these two. So they're divorcing. The baby's a year old already, doesn't have a friggin' name.
You know, it's probably for the best, right? If they're going to divorce over something like this, that marriage was going nowhere.
Probably.
Chinese. It feels like a symptom maybe more than a cause here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Chinese social media dorks got a hold of this deal, and they're all saying the same thing. For Christ's sake, you've got a kid to take care of, you self-centered jackholes. Pull your head out of your ass. They don't care. They don't care.
I'd like to see what that sounds like in Chinese.
Oh, yeah. Me too. Me too. That statement there?
Yeah.
Including the word jackholes? Yeah.
You know what? I don't know any insults in any form of Chinese dialect. You know, it seems like you might, in certain languages, you'd know an insult.
Not a word.
Like Hispanic, for sure.
Not a word.
Well, in my experience, like Chinese, right, like a lot of the words, the sounds are the same, but your stress on them completely changes the meaning, which is why sometimes, like, you hear someone speak in Chinese, it's very excitable, right? So I'm guessing jackhole has a lot of stress in it.
Yeah.
You know, like,
yeah. There's a lot to it.
You know.
Yeah. Josh, was the baby named Athena or Aphrodite?
No, it was not.
Was it Beyonce?
It was not Beyonce. But I wouldn't mind paying tribute to Queen Bee.
Oh.
How ridiculous would it be if I introduced you to my daughter, Beyonce?
Dude. I would laugh in your face.
I know you would.
I would. Okay, this is a weird one here. I don't recall hearing something like this ever before. It says here a 65-year-old woman was being treated for osteoarthritis in her knees. This was in South Korea. And doctors found hundreds of pure gold threads in her legs. Wait till I tell you what they found in her can. I'm kidding. They looked, but there wasn't anything special. So anyway, years ago, this gal had signed up for some whack-ass treatment where gold is put under your skin. Gold thread. I'll try to explain further. She's got bad knees. And don't start with the comments about Cubby's mom's knees always looking beat to hell. Don't start with us on that.
She's already kind of taken I was going to say pounding, but she's taken some abuse via text already this morning.
This morning?
Yeah, already.
Over what?
Well, it doesn't really matter what the topic is.
This gal out in South Korea, she's got bad knees. She's 65. She tried a little bit of everything to straighten them out. She decided to try some hippy-dippy alternative medicine, something called gold thread acupuncture. Tiny gold threads are inserted around your knees, but it only made things worse. I've never heard of that. Doctors found hundreds of gold threads embedded in her knees, and now, you know how they do. Doctors have now stepped up to warn folks that gold thread acupuncture has no scientifically proven benefit for anybody. So I'll make sure I steer clear of that. Anyone ever heard anything like that before?
No, that's new to me. I'm a traditional medical guy.
Yeah, I know very little about that stuff.
Yeah, I'm not some of those. I mean, maybe if you're desperate and nothing else is working, you move to injecting solid gold into your knee or something, but...
Anyone here ever tried acupuncture?
No.
I have done acupuncture.
What the
Did it work?
Or
what?
Yeah,
Why'd you choose to do that?
Just because I have a bad back. My back gets real, and I'm open to just any kind of option, really. Mm-hmm. I've done a lot of the cupping. Do you know what that is?
Sure.
With the,
yeah,
where they kind of do the little suction cups on your back.
Like don't they get them all heated up or whatnot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You get big, perfectly round hickeys.
Yeah.
All
over your back.
Because
Yeah.
it draws. It's supposed to draw the evil out of your body.
Yeah,
and
it really does kind of suck the energy up out of your back. It's very,
you see the
weird, intense
NBA
feeling.
players running around with the circular bruises. Yeah. That's my dad tried acupuncture 40 years ago to quit smoking. It didn't work, but I thought it was kind of interesting. He and a buddy signed up for it because they both wanted to quit. and we're willing, like you were saying about your back, willing to try anything. I just can't imagine my over-the-road truck driver dad lying face down on a table having needles stuck into his back, but he did. He tried it.
Well, there's some people that they swear by that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of needles. I guess if I was in enough pain or whatever the case may be, I'd give it a shot.
Uncle Bitch Jesus said that acupuncture helped with his depression.
Oh.
I didn't know it did that either. I thought it was like pinched nerves and whatnot.
Well, hell, I'll give it a shot then.
You got a pinched nerve?
Depression.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that's what you meant.
Scrotox.
I've never understood why somebody would be concerned about this particular.
Botox for your scrotum, Josh.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that ever? If you guys ever just looked at your, I mean, the scrotum's disgusting no matter what, and thought, God, you know what? If this was just a little smoother, I think I'd really have something down there.
Yeah, there's no way to class that up. It's
No.
just disgusting.
No.
That's where we're going next, Derek. Scrotox.
You got to be watching a lot of porn, I feel like, to be interested in Scrotox. Like, just really concerned with the visual appearance of that part of the body.
Yeah, I mean, I'll manscape, sure, but I've never really once thought that I got to take care of the wrinkles down there.
Dana, you never signed up for Scrotox?
No, not yet.
Speaking of doctors, they say that more and more bros are lining up for Scrotox. All right? And in case you didn't know, and you shouldn't, Scrotox involves injecting that Botox juice or whatever it is. I don't even know. What is Botox?
It's poison.
It's botulism.
Oh. What do you mean? What do you mean? What is it? Is it a liquid? What is Botox?
As far as I know, yeah, they inject it.
It's poison?
Yeah, because like what it's trying, it solves the wrinkles by like paralyzing you, basically. Yeah.
So that's why the faces
That's right. That's
of our
why the
favorite
face doesn't move so much. Yeah,
our favorite Hollywood actors and actresses, they look so paralyzed.
Yeah, they're injecting little bits of poison in there to keep everything in place.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've obviously heard of Botox and seen the results of it, but I never asked what it was.
I hope she doesn't mind me saying so, but my wife does it
Oh.
every once in a while, and I can't tell the difference at all.
I was just going to ask you that, Josh, because I've had people in my life that got Botox, and they're like, do you notice anything different? I'm like, did you dye your hair? I don't know.
I'm sure what your wife is doing is much more subtle than what Mickey Rourke did a number of years ago.
Well, I think, they're doing a little less.
Yeah.
I've learned it does affect your ability to come up with a good name for a girl. Outside of that, her appearance to me, it's the exact same. Nothing looks any different to me. She doesn't have wrinkles to begin with. I don't know why she's interested in doing this kind of thing.
If she asked about it, I would definitely lead with, you don't have wrinkles to begin with.
Well, it's true. I mean, it is true.
Here's what Scrotox is. Oh, I mentioned that already. I'm sorry. Injecting Botox directly into your beanbag.
Sounds ouchy.
More and more dudes are signing up for it. Google searches for Scrotox keep going up and up.
My sister-in-law does intimate waxing for men and women. So she says she does a lot of, like, guys want to be completely hairless on their scrotums. I can't even imagine hot waxing that. Oh, terrible.
So
I
never
have done that before.
Oh, you have?
What?
Yeah.
What was the purpose? I mean, I know the ultimate, like, what made you want to do that, and how bad did that hurt?
I wouldn't say that I really wanted to do it. I was dating a waxer, basically, and they were like, it would look good if you did this, and I'll do it for you. So I did.
You waxed your bagola.
Yeah.
How much did that hurt?
Not as much as you think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's there's like you're ripping hair out of your body, right? So there's a little bit of pain, but it goes fast.
It depends how tough you are down there, Josh. Like we learned years ago that, I mean, you were the one who said it best. Your scrotum is more like.
I'm like.
I think you go ahead. I think you described it in a certain way.
It's like a spring roll wrap. Like not a fried one, right? I mean, you can see the lettuce, the chunks of carrot. You can see everything through it. It's almost transparent. And I thought everyone's was. And Nick's like, what are you talking about? Well, I'm like, well, you know how your scrotum is so thin.
Yeah, I'll never forget this. And I was like, no.
And we were both very confused.
Yeah, I was totally lost. Like, what? I couldn't understand what you were saying. You were saying, you know how your scrotum is so thin and transparent? And I said, what? So we did a test, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Actually, we used one of my wife's calipers. She's a personal trainer, so we used a fat caliper. And a former Minnesota Viking, Chris Kluwe, he also was a part of this. He came in and did it. And
we tested the thickness of our scrotums.
Yeah, and if you've ever seen any Indiana Jones movies and you see those thick bags where they put jewels in, that's what Nick has.
That's what we learned.
I mean, the difference was insane.
I didn't know everybody was so different down there.
I didn't either.
I learned that day.
I thought it was the same for everybody. And yeah, we learned that you've got like the scrotum of 4 men.
Yeah.
This is 100% new information for me, every single bit of this. Yeah.
Now you know.
Well, if you want, we still have those calipers if you want to compare.
So maybe
you still have your old measurements around?
We got it. Well, Nick was the anomaly because I don't remember everyone that did it. It was certainly me and Cluey.
It was just me, you, and Cluey.
Oh, it was the three of us. Okay. Cluey and I were right there. We had the same. Mm-hmm. And Nick was the anomaly.
I was built different, Derek.
Yeah, he is built different. He's him.
So maybe you're wondering, why are dudes getting their scrotoxed? And it says here it's usually for at least one of these 3 reasons. To reduce wrinkles or creases in the scrotal skin, making it appear smoother, so it ends up like a big shiny jawbreaker.
Man.
Reason number 1, to reduce wrinkles. They're self-conscious about their appearance down
It's one
there.
of those things where the answer only just gets more questions.
I agree. The second most common reason that men are signing up for this nightmare, to treat terrible nut sweat, otherwise known as hyperhidrosis. Their bags sweat like they're being interrogated by the police. It can make a player miserable, chafing, skin infections. Okay?
That one I could see, I guess. That's
I'm fortunate. I mean, I don't do anything that would require sweating, but I'd never really had that issue.
The third most common reason for a man to spread them and allow a Scrotox procedure to be dumped upon them is, and this was the one that threw me, some guys want a bigger bag for show, and I guess if you want your sack tangling up between your knees, the Scrotox at least temporarily gives a guy a heavier bag.
Weird. Age is going to do that. Just wait it out. You'll get there.
How bad do you want a heavier bag that you'd have a procedure that would temporarily make that a thing?
I don't know.
Physics teacher Jesus says, if you get Botox on your scrotum, waxing it won't hurt. Problem solved. Yeah, it makes sense.
I feel like the Scrotox would hurt more than the waxing, though, right? Like there's needles in the Botox.
You would know. You've been waxed. A needle to the bag, yes. Sounds more painful to me than a waxing. All right, how about some Scrotox side effects before we move on? For those of you just itching to sign up.
Is that one of the side effects?
Could be.
The itching.
Allergic reactions. You could have an allergic reaction down there. You could get a rash. You could become dizzy. Okay. You could end up with a urinary or sexual dysfunction. There could be some tenderness. Wasn't it General Public, Derek? You're a music guy. Wasn't it General Public who sang the song Tender?
It was indeed,
And
yeah.
I think it was on the Weird Science soundtrack.
I can't verify that, but that definitely feels true.
Remember that one, Josh? Tenderness, where is that? Wanted Man by Rat also, I think, is on the Weird Science sound. But anyway, you could have some tenderness down there when you get your Scrotox. Your nuts could become wildly sensitive, and you could get a bruise down there.
Or your sack could be one giant jawbreaker.
Right. The good news, they say recovery is quick. Most bros can return to normal daily activities immediately after the treatment, but they say no banging for a stretch of time. No banging, no hot baths, no exercise, and no banging for a while.
Yeah, that seems like the point is moot at that point.
Yeah, the juice clearly not worth the squeeze here at this point.
Yeah, not at all. And
I'll tell you.
I don't like that you use juice and squeeze in this conversation, but
I think our grandfathers and great-grandfathers are rolling around in their by-God graves when they hear things like this.
You know, I agree. Sometimes you think, like, you can just picture them going, I chased Nazis around Europe for this.
Right. Yeah. Our great-grandfathers and grandfathers are saying, look, your bag is your bag. Get over it.
Right. No one wants to look at that.
No.
Not her, not you.
No.
So I don't know why you'd feel like you need to be.
That's true. I've never had a girl go, oh, man, those balls, they're something else. Never once.
It is really quite remarkable what's going on. All right, before we go, get a load of this here while we're talking about our gear, our reproductive organs. There's a family down in Texas. They like to pump babies out like a lot of yous do. The twist with this here family is that nobody's produced a girl in 108 years in this family. True story, I guess. No one's produced a girl. They're from a place called Montgomery County, Texas. Something in the water, maybe. The Sherman family is what they're called. For generations, the family tree has been loaded with bros only. But that streak is coming to an end this past Sunday. Surrounded by family and friends, Michael Sherman and his wife, Jakia, found out they're expecting a baby girl.
I have been waiting on this little girl for 50-some years.
Like a monumental thing. I have 3 boys. My dad had 2 boys. His brother had 2 boys.
I just feel honored that, like, finally, after over 100 years, it's amazing.
That is pretty crazy.
I've never heard of that. Where just there's 0 females or males in a family for that stretch of time. The last girl from the Sherman family was named Ora Bell Sherman. She was born in 1917. That was the last girl they had in the damn family.
Wow.
The family told the local television station down there that the baby is due in March. And they're also planning to check and see if they broke a Guinness World Record with that no girls in the mix for 108 damn years. I don't know. What's more difficult, Josh, raising a girl or raising a boy?
I've heard a girl, actually. That's what people have told me.
Because a lot of them are high-maintenance pains in the ass?
Yeah, but they all sucked. I mean, equally.
All kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what flavor they are.
I'll tell you this about our girl. I lucked out. I never got any crap from her whatsoever, but my wife and her from the age of about 12 to 16, everything either one of them did drove each other nuts. And sometimes I'd have to be in the middle of that, and that sucked. That was absolutely awful. Because there was plenty of times my wife was wrong, but I'm thinking, I just don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, because women are so much emotionally smarter than us, right? So, like, they're having these arguments that are it's kind of like, dogs can hear certain pitches that people can't. Like, you don't even understand the dynamics that are going on.
Wouldn't even. Yeah. That's a very good point. We dudes don't even understand what the hell they're fighting about sometimes because we're not wired like that.
Exactly.
There was one time in particular, I was leaving for a promotion for work. I saw what she came out of the house in, these shorts. And I called my wife and said, she can't wear those. She's too young. She can't wear those out. My wife told her. And then I get a call from the kid. And I thought, uh-oh, here it goes. She's going to go off on me. Instead, she was complaining about my wife. And I said, well, here's the thing. That was me. She'd let you wear whatever. That was all me. And she paused, and she's like, well, she could have said it nicer. And then went off on my wife again. But I'll tell you this. If you're a mom in that situation right now, if somebody already hasn't told you, they're best friends at this point. My wife said she did the exact same thing to her mom. And I've heard that before from other moms. Like, you just got to wait it out. Eventually, you guys are going to be close again. But, boy, that was rough for a while, those two.
Yeah, nothing but trouble.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
We're kind of fluid with if I'm ready to go or not. Like, am I going to help the team or not? That's all that matters.
Is this Harrison Smith kid going to make it or what?
I don't know, man. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, they haven't put him on the IR, right? That's a good sign. So sounds like he's going to come back soon enough, but.
Couple 3 weeks.
Yeah, you kind of you wonder if is this an injury thing or is there something bad going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's odd, and you don't want to speculate too much either.
Yeah, of course not. I mean,
that's Harrison Smith there commenting on what did he say? It's a fluid situation what's going on with him, but still he doesn't want to let anybody in on what's going on with him, why he's unable to play football. We got Derek, our program director, in studio today. You're an Atlanta guy.
I am.
And am I right that this weekend the Vikings play the Atlanta Falcons?
You're correct, yeah.
Were you going to be psyched for this one, cheering up and down for the Dirty Birds, or what?
I will be on a plane back from Vegas, I think, when the game actually happens. Yeah, so
you're flying back that night?
Yeah, but as a Falcons fan, no, I'm not very optimistic.
You're not?
No.
Okay.
Didn't go well for us last week.
What happened last week with the Falcons?
Missed a field goal at the gun that would have sent the game to overtime. They lost at home to the Bucs.
Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Tonight's Thursday night football game, the Commodores and the Packers. The Twins wrapped up their series with the Los Angeles Angels yesterday. They lost. They got a day off today. And this Russian kid is trying to F us all over.
Yeah, well, I was surprised by that headline yesterday.
What's going on with this Russian kid?
So the gist is, right, they were going to give him the richest contract in NHL history.
Yeah.
And he might have said no.
And Bill Guerin says...
It depends on who you ask.
Bill Guerin says it's not true. That's what I would say also if I was the general manager of this.
Once you hear the general manager say it's not true, you know it's likely true. That's how that stuff goes.
The Russian kid is nuts. He's nuts, and he doesn't want to be here. Randy Shaver is going to join us at 7:30. For now, don't go anywhere. My life partner Josh's news report is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Everyone knows the legend of D.B. Cooper, but what if I told you there's an even better story out there? One with multiple aircraft hijackings, prison escapes, and so many twists and turns. I'm talking about the hit podcast, American Skyjacker, which is now an action-packed documentary coming to theaters and streaming this fall. Find out more at www.americanskyjacker.com and listen to our bonus episode of the podcast coming soon. American Skyjacker. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Political violence, unfortunately, has been ratcheting up in this country. We saw the shootings, the killings in Minnesota. We've seen other political violence occur in other states. And I would just say it's got to stop.
Charlie Kirk, a well-known political activist and often described as one of the leading voices for young conservatives in the digital age, sadly was killed yesterday after being shot in the neck while speaking at Utah Valley University.
As soon as the shot rang out, everybody hit the deck, and then everybody started scattering and yelling and screaming. As you might imagine, everybody just was in disbelief.
Kirk, just 31 years old and a father of two, had been addressing students at a gathering for Turning Point USA, a conservative youth group he co-founded in 2012. When the crowd realized what had happened, panic set in. People ran from the outdoor pavilion, some toppling barricades in the rush to escape. A spokesperson for Utah Valley University said the gunfire came from a building about 200 yards away. 2 people were detained, but neither was determined to be connected to the shooting, and both were released.
All of a sudden, I heard just one pop, and then I saw everybody dropping, so I dropped down. And then the next thing you know, they said, run, so we all took off running.
News of Kirk's death spread quickly, and soon President Trump shared his grief online.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building. He posted it on Truth Social. He writes, "The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us."
Trump, who himself, of course, survived an assassination attempt at an outdoor rally last year, wrote that Kirk had been a very, very good friend and a tremendous person. Across social media, figures from both parties expressed outrage and sorrow, offering prayers and raising alarm about yet another act of political violence. Of course, this past June, Minnesota House Speaker Melissa Hortman and her husband Mark both assassinated in their home in Brooklyn Park. Kirk had been scheduled to appear at a University of Minnesota event in just over a week.
Yeah, Josh, what did we say a couple weeks ago with the school shooting, with the church shooting here in town? It's hard to find the words anymore.
It just can't become the norm.
Hard to find the words anymore.
It's not. You don't solve disagreements that way. I mean, a guy should be able to, he's an influential guy, whether you like his message or not, he should be able to give it out without fear of getting hurt. The guy's got 2 kids.
Yep.
It can't become the norm, and yet it seems like it's just getting more and more normal. Even though we can all sit here and agree, killing is bad. That's the easiest thing to agree on, and yet here we are.
Yep. It can't become the norm, but it pretty much already has, hasn't it?
Because you don't like what somebody had to say. Yeah. You know, on the same day, there's another school shooting, this time in Colorado. 3 students injured in that.
Yeah, and I think another one thwarted in Washington, if I read that correctly.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw the cache this guy had of guns. I call him a guy. He's 13 years old. I mean, he could have outfitted an army. It was crazy.
I don't understand us anymore.
I don't either. There's plenty of ways a relationship with a neighbor can sour. And taking an unexpected hot load to the face is definitely one of them.
She claimed I was the devil. She claimed I tried to murder her. And she said, I'm sorry I missed.
Residents of a quiet, gated community for people 55 and older got front row seats to a geriatric grudge match. A woman introduced a fellow resident's face to the hot end of a flare gun.
What?
76-year-old Kathleen Schumann shot a flare gun at her 67-year-old neighbor during an argument outside their homes at the Belmont Vista's senior apartment.
A friggin' flare gun.
Yeah, a flare gun. This happened in New York Monday night.
You just got off a boat or something?
What is wrong with you?
The neighbor is expected to make a full recovery.
You took that in the mug?
Right on the side of the face, yeah.
God help us.
And the flare-firing septuagenarian was treated for non-life-threatening injuries herself.
Unbelievable. I mean, where do you get a flare gun?
You got a flare gun, Nick.
Yeah, on my boat.
Yeah. I don't know. They don't say why she had this thing.
Well, what do you think the argument was about?
So at first they're like, well, we don't know what it's about. And so overnight they revealed it. Apparently the lady's cat didn't get along with the guy's dog.
I knew it was going to be something that dumb.
She shot him in the friggin' face. Obviously anybody would be pissed off. The guy went and he beats her a little bit, and that's why she had to go to the hospital.
Oh.
Both are going to be okay. A Florida woman's jealousy boiled over last week when the 41-year-old decided suspicion was best served with fists, fabric softener, and a fresh gallon of Clorox. Last Monday morning, about 9 a.m., the victim woke to find his 41-year-old girlfriend on top of him, and striking him, not word. Instead of calling police, he decided just to walk away and cool off, hoping to avoid more trouble. But trouble followed because she wasn't done. She tracked him down at a Walgreens parking lot, confronted him, and assaulted him again before heading back home. Then she attacked his drip. She pulled out his clothes, stacked them up, and, with the help of one of her children filming, poured bleach all over the entire pile. To drive the point home, she sent the video straight to her boyfriend, who in turn handed it straight over to police.
She burned up all his clothes.
Yeah,
some of it brand new clothes.
Yeah, brand new clothes, man. Apparently, he might have been stepping out on her. At least that's what she claims.
Stepping on out, huh?
That's we got a couple of stories like that, both out of Florida. Here, a Miami police officer was arrested and dismissed from her job when she fired her gun during an argument with her boyfriend after what she described as inappropriate messages. The 27-year-old turned herself in and admitted the confrontation began when she discovered text messages on her boyfriend's phone, probably from some whore.
My goodness.
The boyfriend said the two had been dealing with relationship issues for several days. And when he came home that Friday, he found her outside holding a gun. He asked her to come inside, but she refused, and then she fired a shot. Luckily, no one was hit while he ran inside and locked himself in a bedroom with his daughter, arming himself with his own gun. Hours later, the possessive policewoman surrendered, telling investigators the shooting was set off by the messages she found, again, likely from a whore. Before being booked into jail, she was taken to a hospital after displaying what authorities called abnormal behavior. Yeah, that qualifies. For the time being, she's relieved of duty pending the investigation.
How about that?
I just hate to see that there's a kid involved in that.
No kidding.
You know
and they're terrified she's going to break in and take him out.
Imagine that, you start dating a gal or a guy. Fast forward a few months, you're in your room loading your weapon. She's outside with a weapon of her own. How did we get
coming.
here? Yeah.
I saw it coming.
Yeah.
This is not my beautiful house.
No. How the hell did I get myself into the...
Another Florida police officer has been placed on administrative leave, this time after acting as a lookout while someone vandalized a motorcycle outside a bar. According to the Sebring Police Department, the call came in about a motorcycle which had been had its tire deliberately deflated at the Blue Lagoon Saloon. When the victim rode his motorcycle home, which sounded like this, the bike started fishtailing. He pulled over only to discover the back tire was flat and the valve stem cap had vanished. Security footage captured 3 people gathered on the saloon's front porch at the time of the incident. Investigators identified a 27-year-old Sebring police corporal. In that video, the officer could be seen glancing back toward the door, apparently keeping watch, while one of his friends let the air out of the tire. Both men have since been charged with culpable negligence, accused of putting the driver at risk of serious harm.
But they were just horsing around like playing a prank on his bro?
Yeah, they didn't really say why. No, this wasn't a friend.
Oh.
Or at least it doesn't sound like it was. They didn't really say why it happened, if they had an altercation or if they thought they were being funny. Again, he was fishtailing on the way home. He could have died.
Yeah.
As for why they did it, they said there's no clear motive.
Well, you just never know, do you?
A Los Angeles County Fire Department captain wasn't just playing with fire, he was fanning the flames of fraud. 45-year-old Thomas Merriman is accused of pocketing big payouts after claiming he was hurt on the job when he wasn't even working that day. Prosecutors say he manufactured medical make-believe by forging signatures on bogus paperwork to score long-term disability benefits. He faked a workplace injury and forged doctor's notes even, and he raked in more than $25,000. Fake disability claims will not be tolerated under my watch, especially by first responders charged with keeping our county safe, the DA said. Adding, my message to public servants who abuse the system is clear. We're watching you. Merriman swindled an insurance company out of more than $25,000. And I found out that fire captains make a lot of money. At least they're $291,000 he was making every year.
Come on, baby.
$291,000, and he still stole that $25,000. A former New Jersey bowling alley owner is behind bars.
That's the life.
He burned down a rival business, and he tried to kill the government officials who put him behind bars. 62-year-old Stephen Smink and 2 others came up with a plan to burn down Loyal Lanes Bowling Center in order to knock out the competition.
Jesus balls.
The scheme worked in the sense that the building went up in flames. However, his luck didn't last. He was caught, convicted, and sentenced to 15 years in the big house. But prison didn't stop him. While serving time, he started plotting revenge against those responsible for his conviction.
Has this guy got mob connections or something?
Yes, in a way.
Oh.
Well, he tried to get mob connections.
Oh, okay.
He wanted the Cumberland County prosecutor, the first assistant prosecutor, 2 Superior Court judges, and an assistant prosecutor, all of whom played a role in the case, dead. He hired what he thought was a trusted go-between to find a hitman from the mob. But that person turned out to be a cooperating witness. Before that, investigators discovered he already tried to get a member of the Latin Kings gang, who was also behind bars, to carry out the murders. But darn the luck, the gang member died before the plan could move forward. Still, Smink pressed on. Even his mother got tangled in the plot, helping him try to arrange things on the outside. But then she died, too.
Oh, Jesus.
Then, through an accomplice, the former bowling alley owner managed to set up what he believed was a meeting with a hired killer. But darn the luck again, the supposed hitman was actually an undercover cop.
Take that, you bottle bitch!
Oh.
Come on! Let's have some fun!
As for how he planned to finance these murders, he was going to sell some sports memorabilia.
I always try to keep my mom out of my mob dealings. So that's kind of rude of him to get his mom involved.
That's the respectful way to go about it.
I agree.
The guy ran a bowling alley.
Did he not think the other bowling alley had insurance?
Yeah, maybe the guy was looking for a retirement plan. And
I'm just so confused by all of this.
Yeah, he didn't think that one through very well.
No.
Times are so bizarre lately, as we've certainly learned over the years, that even Santa's landed on the naughty list. An 88-year-old California man, beloved for his decades moonlighting as the region's resident Santa Claus, swapped reindeer for rounds over the weekend and fired off a round from his backyard toward his home. Officers spent several tense hours negotiating with the red-suited retiree before coaxing him out, confiscating his firearm, and making sure the faux Father Christmas didn't slay anyone.
See what you did there.
No reason was given for the man's alleged behavior during the incident, and a record search turned out no criminal or court records. Police think it might just be he's losing it at 88 years old.
Oh.
He's just kind of having some...
Things have gotten a little loose up there?
Things are deteriorating. But luckily, nobody was hurt. The person inside the house was quite surprised, though, as you can imagine. This has been a hot topic on the internet about a wedding DJ. The DJ shot guests after he shut his laptop and walked out mid-reception, sparking a family feud, a crying bride, and an online debate over who's in the wrong. The viral tale unfolded on Reddit's Wedding Drama Forum, where one attendee shared what happened. I went to my cousin's wedding last weekend, and it all started off beautifully, the post began. The ceremony was sweet, people were crying, the whole thing. The reception kicked off just fine, too, until the DJ literally packed up and left halfway through the dinner, she said. According to the post, the groom's uncle wouldn't stop bugging the DJ to play what he called real music, meaning old country classics.
Mm-hmm.
After being pestered one time too many, the DJ had enough and stormed out. The maid of honor tried to save the evening by plugging her phone into the sound system, but the best man started asking for requests, which that, of course, led to a big mistake. One of those requests turned out to be a breakup song linked to the groom's ex. When that blasted through the speakers, the bride burst into tears, and she stormed out, too.
Here we go.
The groom ran after her, and almost instantly the family divided into two camps. Those who thought the DJ was justified and those who felt he was completely unprofessional. By the time the newlyweds came back, the mood had collapsed. Guests were bickering. The bride's mother was sobbing in the corner, and eventually the couple decided to call it a night.
Man, just once I want to be at a wedding like that.
Me too.
Yeah, I've never seen any drama whatsoever. Just, we've mentioned it before, bad speeches, certainly.
I've seen some screaming and crying and things like that.
Do you remember why?
Yeah. The cake was a secret.
Oh, I remember you saying that. Okay.
For whatever reason, the cake was kept a secret from the bride. And when she saw it, it was not the cake that she would have ever wanted at her wedding, and she screamed, cried, and ran away in front of everybody because the cake was not to her liking. And like I said, it was meant to be a surprise because I guess the groom and whoever else made these decisions thought she would love it. She did not love it. And she ran and made this horrible scene. It was just awful. She was only 20 years old or something. They should have been getting friggin' married in the first place. But this DJ... I love the part where some old breakup song from a past relationship came into play.
Yeah, that was just the final straw for
you
the
can't
bride.
let that go? That's still on your mind on your wedding day? You're still thinking about the breakup song from your past relationships? I think that's a sign there that those folks also weren't ready to get married.
I'm with you. Well, sorry, I was going to ask you in this situation. Sorry, Derek. Did that marriage last?
With the screaming cake?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Oh, it didn't.
No.
Yeah.
Very
that marriage is doomed.
It kind of sounds that way, doesn't it?
I once made a DJ snap way up north, bar, middle of nowhere. Me and my pals were awful drunk, and we were young, and we were listening to Van Halen all the way, driving to this bar. We get there. Of course, the DJ's doing the right thing. He's playing dance music for the girls. Well, I wanted to hear Van Halen, and I was up this guy's ass all night long to play Unchained by Van Halen, and finally he just screamed at me, "Get out of my face! Nobody wants to hear Van Halen. It's not 1977. Get out of here, you bitch!" Oh, I drove him nuts, and I don't blame him. I was up there every 5 minutes being like, "Dude, where's my Van Halen?"
As someone frequently pestered by people who have no idea what they're talking about to play music that we have no business playing, I can very much relate to the DJ in this situation, and so I'm team DJ on this one.
It's funny. We met our program director, Derek, was nice enough to join us today, and you had asked after our first break, how many Jelly Roll texts did we get? Just one. Only one. You fully expected more Jelly Roll texts.
I want more Jelly Roll.
That's what we've been saying.
Yeah. Double up on the Jelly Roll.
The more the better. A man from Spring Hill, Florida was arrested after deputies say he climbed aboard a school bus and threatened the driver. According to investigators, 35-year-old Alvin Corley jumped onto his child's bus about 8:45 a.m. August 22nd as it stopped to pick up students. And what happened next was a master class in douchebaggery. The bus driver, exhibiting the patience of a saint, reportedly asked Corley to get off. But he refused to exit the door, choosing instead to plant himself there and block the bus from continuing its route. Deputies said he then started hurling profanities at both the driver and a bus attendant. Witnesses told deputies when Corley was telling law enforcement would be contacted, he said, "I'll go back and get my effing gun," before finally getting off.
I'm sorry, what was he upset about in the first place?
Don't really know.
Okay.
He was arrested and charged with trespassing on school grounds and officially trespassed from all schools and bus stops in the county. Yeah, I guess he didn't like the driver for some reason.
Okay, maybe they're old drinking buddies or something. I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Or maybe he didn't like the way he talked to his kid at one point. I don't know.
That's a more likely answer these days.
Residents in Winnipeg are baffled after someone went through a back alley and ripped out as many gutters as they could find. Homeowners say they couldn't believe what they saw when watching security footage of the bold behavior in broad daylight.
Are they trading gutters for Canadian meth rocks these days?
Yeah, he must be selling it.
Are Canadians on meth the way we're on meth? Anyone know the answer to that?
Good question.
I think everybody's on meth.
Even the Canadians?
Yeah.
Okay.
A silver minivan pulled up and the driver got out. He walked to a garage and ripped off the downspouts, stuffing them into the van. The person is then seen walking toward another home and does the same thing. One other neighbor said it happened to him too.
I have no words. It's mind-boggling why someone would want to take a downspout.
I thought it was a prank or something, because I've never heard anything like that, he said.
That was great. A downspout.
At least 10 other homes appear to have been fallen victim to the downspout despoiler. The damage varied. Some homes were simply missing the downspout extension. Others had the downspouts ripped right out of the wall. Police believe whoever did this is collecting aluminum to sell for scrap. Probably for meth, right?
I hope they find the guy, and I hope he's real sorry about
So sorry about that.
They can be at times very sorry about what they've done.
Today marks a day of remembrance for the more than 3,000 people killed in the worst terrorist attack on American soil 24 years ago, September 11th, 2001. 2 hijacked planes crashed into the World Trade Center, causing the Twin Towers to collapse. Another plane struck the Pentagon, and a fourth, believed to be headed for the White House or the Capitol, crashed into a field in western Pennsylvania when passengers fought back against
I can't believe how much time has gone by.
I'm with you on that. I was 24 years. I was going to ask you, Derek, in a second, where you were when this happened. You were in radio at that time. We were on the air. So, we went through, the whole thing from when at first they're like a small plane crashed into the World Trade Center, and then eventually we all know what happened. That legacy of that day will live on in memorials, annual observances, and the stories of survivors, first responders, and families, and will be honored at ceremonies and services taking place today across the nation. Were you on air at the time, or what was your role in 2001?
So I was just a DJ. I was in San Francisco, and I was supposed to be going on air later that day. So there was a couple hours behind here. So it was definitely I remember listening to the morning show and figuring out that I would not be coming into work that day. So it was sad, but for me, it was just all right, well, I guess I'm going to play NHL 2002.
It was a horrible thing. It was very confusing, like Josh said, for us right away at first. We didn't know what the hell was going on. Can't believe it's been 24 damn years.
I know.
I lived right near the Golden Gate Bridge, and at that point, it was anything that you thought might be a target, right, was going to be scary.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of that where it was
that was happening in this town too. Get
Well,
out of the IDS
everywhere.
building.
Yeah,
get out of all the tall buildings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we made those phone calls. We definitely. I mean, that's the. I mean, I'll never forget anything about that day. What was going on here? Actually, the one thing I do sometimes forget, and Nick, I wonder if you're in the same boat. We had the band live in studio.
Well, I remember that very well. Yeah,
and they were supposed to perform. And, we see what's happening as we're starting to understand, and the reports are coming out explaining things. They bolted because they had friends that were there at that time, and so they wanted to get out and obviously, go see what they, how their friends were doing.
Nobody was playing any gigs for a while, but of course you couldn't fly anywhere, so I don't know how. I guess they had a bus. They probably drove it back to Pennsylvania or whatever.
A friend of mine last night said, remember when terrorists were our worst enemy? Now we are our worst enemy.
Yeah.
Ain't that a damn shame? Ain't that the sad truth?
Yeah, I lived underneath a flight path at that time, and it was creepy. You just get used to it. Like living by a freeway or something, you just kind of get used to it. But it was creepy how quiet it was, except for like the low rumble of military planes.
Yeah.
You hear them circling.
I remember how, in the days after, like coming back on the radio, just not knowing how to be. Like, feeling like maybe people needed a laugh, but just nothing was really funny. So, you're just in this sort of weird suspended state. And that lasted for like weeks.
Put you in a weird spot.
It did. We didn't, I don't think we told jokes for months. And people might send in texts and wondering the last time we actually told a joke.
Oh.
Yeah, it was, wouldn't you say it was at least a month, Nick, before we were comfortable joking around.
Joking around at all?
Yeah, we were at, the first.
I guess I don't remember.
Well, it was kind of like, hey, guys, we were told that too, and we were cool with it. The boss had told us, like, hey, it's not time to joke. And we knew it, obviously. We're smart enough to know that. But there's been a few times since. I mean, the riots here, George Floyd, all the terrible stuff going on with politics. It's the same type of thing.
Had quite a run the last few years.
Yeah, you just wonder, well, how are we supposed to operate?
Randy Shaver
on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hello.
We can cut to the chase. And look, I don't know where this stuff comes from. Like, I know two things. That info didn't come from us, and it didn't come from Krill's agents. I don't know where it came from. Krill and the organization, his agent and I, we have a very good relationship. We're not going to let things like this get in the way. I still think we're in a really positive place with Krill. And like I said, part of my role is to protect him. So we're going to let this go and we just move on.
That's Bill Guerin's voice right there. Hey, Randy Shaver.
Good morning.
You know what?
What?
I'll tell you what. The dude who signs your damn checks around here, our program director, Derek Madden, is in studio with us today. Yeah.
Hey, Randy. I must be in trouble. Hey,
no,
Derek.
it's nothing. But if you've got a complaint, now's the time.
We did get a few texts saying, what did you guys do wrong that the boss is in studio with you today?
Right.
Just keeping an eye on it.
I met with Derek in person the other day, so I got all my complaints out in person.
Right.
So we're all good.
Yeah. Derek decided to join us. We were just teasing him yesterday after we got off the air. We said, why don't you just friggin' stop by and hang out with us again? Because he's done it once or twice before, and he was nice enough to come back. And it's really, you want to talk about making an effort. That's all we require around here, isn't it, Cubby? Make a damn effort.
Just give it a shot.
You want to talk about making an effort. Normally at this time, Derek is doing the walk of shame out of a sorority house. But he's chosen to come in and hang out with us.
I specifically tried to find a station close to campus.
Yes.
Yeah, and you nailed it.
There's a reason why we're based on the University of Minnesota. Here we go, Randy Shaver. What the hell's going on with the Russian kid?
Yeah, you tell me. I mean, I thought that they were getting closer to getting a deal done, and my understanding and what I've read is that he turned the deal down.
He turned down the most money in the history of the league.
Well, normally if a player does something like that,
yes,
they are thinking about leaving the organization.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
So, I mean, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know what's going on with
Well, we
that.
have some ideas.
Okay.
There are some ideas going around.
I'd be very sad if that was the case. And there really hasn't been any indications that he's unhappy.
If he said so, we wouldn't be able to understand him anyway. There's been very little, really, on this subject. Just this waiting game. We keep seeing articles saying, well, the pigs and the Russian kid are talking, not talking. There hasn't been a ton of information. So, in case you're just coming to, yesterday, Kirill Kaprizov reportedly turned down an 8-year, $128 million contract extension from the Man-Bear Pigs. It would have been the richest contract in NHL history in both total money and average annual salary. $16 million a year. 16, sorry, in case. He'd be making more money if he would have signed this deal. He'd be making more money than Alexander F. Me running Ovechkin, right?
Yeah.
But he said no. And there are some people who, okay, let's go with option number one. There are some who say this shows that he does not trust that this organization is going in the right direction, and he's thinking about forcing his way out of here. That is one possibility.
Well, you hope that's not the case.
Right. Yes, right? Derek?
So the NHL has a salary cap, right?
I thought I read that they do. Yeah, because the whole Parise Suter thing.
So is there room for the Wild to go up here? Because that seems to me like either he wants to leave or he's just trying to work out more money, right?
The way it works out is the Wild can offer him more money than any other team can right now.
Okay. But can they offer them more than they already have?
Good question. I don't know what they
negotiate.
They can always negotiate for more money. I don't know how much they have in the pot over there.
I think he's holding out for more. That's my suspicion.
He's not satisfied with more money than Alexander Ovechkin? He's not satisfied? Is he trying?
We don't know that.
Well, I think we can assume if he said no, that's not good enough for him.
Sounds like, from what I've heard, he wants a shorter deal. He wants like a 3-year deal. Then he can re-up when he's 32, get paid again, and then potentially go to a winner if the Wild aren't doing well.
I think that's probably the case.
That's the other story that's going around, is in 2 or 3 years, the NHL is going to be coming into a lot more money. They've got some TV deal that kicks in a couple, 3 years. This is what I heard.
Sure.
And so Kaprizov and his agent are well aware of that, or at least his agent is.
Well, obviously the Wild want to lock him up for as long as they can.
Right.
Because the money over that period of time would be better for the organization, because if the salaries are going to go up, they don't want to be a part of that with him. So
maybe he wants to sign some shorter deals, and when that TV money kicks in, then he can really break the bank.
Right, but if it's a difference between 8 years and 3 years, that's a pretty significant gap in terms of trying to come together here. So
this is just hilarious to me.
Well, they can always write into a contract like that you have the option to opt out after 3 years, or the organization has an option to opt out. So they might be working on the language of the deal, maybe more than they are the money, maybe.
People are saying, too, maybe he's just waiting for other deals to get signed to see where he's like McDavid and stuff like that.
Sure.
To make sure he gets more.
It's all very
sounds like Connor McDavid wants out, too.
Yeah, I read something about that. It's all so complicated, all the contractual stuff. I barely understand a word of it. I just think it's really interesting to ever hear an athlete turn down the most money that's ever been handed out ever. To say no to that is something, to me personally.
Babyface Destroyer Jesus, I haven't read this, but he said, what if he said sure, but it's in Russian and no one understood him? Maybe it's a language barrier.
So there.
He should have just said da
or niet.
We know those two.
Now, there have been, I read a couple articles, because this was a big friggin' scene yesterday when this story cut loose. Some people are panicking. Oh, God, he hates it here. He wants to leave. And that is a possibility. It is a possibility.
Sure.
He just wants to leave. And if he just walks away like Marian Gaborik did, that would be a total nightmare. But if you can make a trade, my God, you could ask for the world. Anyway, there are whispers, is what I read yesterday. Whispers that the Russian kid is not sold on the Pigs' future as a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. And you heard Bill Guerin say, I don't know where this story came from. Well, I would have said the same thing if I was him.
Right.
I think that's a fair statement.
About the legitimate Stanley Cup contender?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Well, yeah, when you look at
considering
this
the
roster
history
right now, do you think it makes anybody really nervous in Colorado or who were the other, in Edmonton? No. And, I still say I'd be careful with my money with this kid because he can't stay on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
He can't stay on the ice. Played half the season.
Yeah, but it's kind of the same thing that you have with Byron Buxton, because he's the face of the organization. He's a proven all-star. Yes, he's got injury issues, but the Twins' faith in him this year, he's had a banner season. So it's kind of the same thing a little bit with Kaprizov. You've got to give him the money. He's the guy that
right.
stirs.
That's
the
the
drink,
risky part of the whole business.
Right.
Even if you overpay. It's like the Bucks and Giannis, right? Like you do what you can to keep the guy in town.
Unbelievable.
Can I ask a favor?
Of course.
I'm having a technical issue where I'm hearing myself in my headphones. I don't know, Dana, if there's something you can turn off or whatever.
Dana, just leave him in one and that's it.
He was just in one.
You want to call us back on your telephone? Is that where you were going with that, Randy?
I'm not really sure why this is happening, but
we're having some technical issues today, so
Okay.
this
It's
must
probably
just-
on us.
Yeah.
Is the answer to that.
Well, let me call you back then.
Yeah,
Can I
call
do
us
that?
back on the telephone.
Okay.
Dana, don't answer. Oh, he heard that. Son of a.
So it says here, if the Man Bear Pigs and the Russian Kid can't come to a short-term deal by the start of training camp, it might be a good idea to start shopping his ass. This is all a lot of fun for me.
You sound kind of in favor of that idea.
I wonder what they could do with that money. I mean, people are saying get McDavid. Is that even a possibility?
All I'm saying, Derek, I don't know. I don't know if you can do a trade for Conrad McDavid. I don't know. All I'm saying, Derek, is the fact that the kid can't stay on the ice leads me to believe that if he has a problem, if he has a problem with the potential of this hockey team or whatever the case may be, if he's causing problems and there's a little static there, you could get a boatload of talent for this kid. That's all I'm saying. I question whether he can stick it out and play 80-some, what do they play, 82 games? I question whether he can do that. That's just the liquor talking. I'm just one fan popping off on the microphone. That's just me.
I see the logic in that, but
Yeah.
you just know it's like you ship him off, and then, of course, he's going to be healthy for...
He'll win 5
That's usually how it
cups.
goes.
Yeah, he'll win 5 cups for a Florida team,
Yeah.
likely.
That's right.
So there you go. Is Randy Shaver on the? I see Dana on the telephone. So that's where we're at. That was a big story yesterday. God knows what's going to happen. Here's a text message from a local living legend, and that is referee Rob Page, local wrestling referee Rob Page, who texted in to say, "Yo, who's this fourth Mark on the air that isn't Nick, Dana, or the Ass Man, or Josh?" We just told you, it's our program director, Derek. He's sitting in for the day.
I definitely am a Mark. 100%.
Mark. Referee Rob Page is a Mark.
Hey, Dana, didn't you call him a Mark recently?
Oh, I called him a Mark when he repped a match on last Saturday night at the Mall of America. I got to see him in action, and I got to buy him a drink afterwards as well. It's always good to buy a fellow Mark a drink.
Josh.
Yes, sir.
You're a skilled, bright individual. You know how to look things up on your computer, don't you? Can you look up how to say state of hockey, but in Russian?
Oh,
A
yeah,
listener
let me look
wants to
that
know
up.
if we can. Where's Randy?
I'm here.
Hi, Randy. All right. So anything further to say about the Russian kid, where we stand here today?
Well, I mean, it's concerning if you're a Wild fan.
Yeah.
You want to get that deal done. I think the rookie camp just opened up. I mean, they're right around the corner and starting camp, and the season's not that far away. So I don't think you want this kind of thing to linger into the season. That's just not a good thing for either side. So,
can I tell you my Russians?
But I really think the length of the deal that might be the holdup. Is the language of the contract and the money. I don't think the money is the issue. I think it's the length of the deal and and the ability to opt out if you want to get in on some sort of a salary cap boost to all the teams in a few years with a new TV deal. So,
Do you want to hear State of Hockey in Russian?
State of Hockey said in Russian. Yes, I'd like to hear that.
Состояние хоккея.
Oh, man. Kind of like I'm
That's
watching
hot stuff.
It's like I'm watching an old spy movie or something when I hear that. Oh, by the way, a listener texted in and said, hey, Marion Gaborik couldn't stay on the ice either. No, he couldn't. You're right. It all kind of reminds me of Marion Gaborik, or as Josh's uncle called him, Marion Gaborik. Right?
Gaborik.
No, Gorbiak.
Gorbiak, yeah.
Gorbiak. Josh's uncle thought he was Marion Gorbiak. Can I tell you the only Russian story that I know? A friend of mine, his brother moved to Russia many, many, many years ago. Lived there for, I don't know how long he lived there, 8, 10 years or something, came back. Took balls, I think, to move to Russia. But I'm the kind of guy that's only comfortable here, you know what I mean? So, wow, you moved to Russia? That's a bold move in my opinion. So, my good friend's brother moved to Russia. My good friend and his dad went to Russia to visit. And they all were walking through the airport together. And my friend, very ragged, long-haired looking sumbitch at the time. His brother, kind of a ragged-looking dude, too. And the dad wasn't a big appearance guy either, right?
Say, guessing a bit ragged.
Right. The three of them are walking through the airport in Moscow or God knows whatever city they have an airport over there. And they noticed that these young people were following them and continued to follow them. And they stopped for a beer at a bar, and the Russian kids continued to follow. And finally, my friend had to turn around and say, can I help you kids? And they said, are you the Scorpions? The Russian kids thought my friend and his dad and his brother were the Scorpions. They were not.
Have you ever heard that whole story about there's like a theory out there that Winds of Change was written by the CIA as like a plot to spread democracy?
Wasn't there like a documentary on it or
podcast.
something? It was a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's a theory that's out there.
That's hilarious.
It has not been confirmed or refuted yet.
So it wasn't Klaus Meine and Rudolf Schenker and Matthias Jobs and Herman Rarebell and whoever the bass player was, but it was the CIA wrote the song.
The band did the music, and the CIA came in with the lyrics.
Okay.
On the Wind to Change.
Unbelievable. Yeah. That's great. Josh, or pardon me, Randy Shaver, unproven and injury-prone Vikings quarterback Jerry. What's the first name again?
JJ.
JJ McCarthy has been named the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Wow.
Yeah. Of course, the team made a nice comeback against the Bears a couple nights ago. It says here, in that ball game, JJ McCarthy became Randy's going to love this. JJ McCarthy became the first player since Cam Newton.
Oh, God.
You love Cam Newton.
JJ McCarthy became...
Do not put him in the same sentence.
Randy, this is an important statistic that needs to be shared. McCarthy became the first player since Cam Newton in the year 2011 to have at least 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown in his NFL debut. And I think we can all agree, if McCarthy turns out to be the same type of player as Cam Newton, there'll be a lot of happy people in this town.
Superman.
Okay.
Was there not an NFC player that played 4 good quarters? Or?
Yeah, really. I was just thinking that.
That was the joke that was going around. It's like a NFC Offensive Player of the fourth quarter.
I have to guess that Josh Allen was the AFC Player of the Week.
I don't know. That's something that Dana would know.
Yeah, he did okay for himself.
Was he
those two games, that Sunday night game and Monday night game, were crazy finishes and great comebacks, and I guess I would have to think that Allen earned that. But yeah, I
Dana, who was the AFC player?
It was Josh. Yeah.
Oh, it was Josh.
Yeah, his 16th of his career.
When you were telling me about McCarthy, first I've heard of it this morning. I'm racking my brain trying to think of an NFC player that had a great game, and I really can't think of one. So I guess it kind of makes sense.
I don't know. I didn't follow anything, I think, other than what I watched of the Vikes game. Here's a text from, God, I love this new Jesus name. I've never seen this one before, Josh. It's Iwa Fart Jesus. Which is a reference to that great audio from the Chinese kids who are lighting each other's farts on fire. Legendary stuff. Iwa Fart Jesus says this. This Derek guy sounds like a chump. I like him already. Derek, Smart mouth comment there a minute ago, but I liked it. Was there not an NFC player who played 4 good quarters? Derek's a little on edge because he's an Atlanta guy, and the Vikings in Atlanta play Sunday, Randy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a little nervous about that one, to be honest.
I like the over in that game. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored on Sunday night.
A lot of offense in that one, you think? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's coming up on Sunday night. So the latest out of terrible Egan is that Viking safety Harrison Smith, how do you say it, is confident.
Yep.
He's confident he'll be up for playing some football sometime in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Yesterday, I guess, was the first time he'd said dick about what's bothering him. He declined to be specific about the nature of the issue other than he says it is physical as opposed to a mental health concern.
You know, we're kind of fluid with if I'm ready to go or not. Like, am I going to help the team or not? That's all that matters.
He sounds pumped.
This is so strange.
Yeah.
Because even any sort of an NFL injury is always disclosed in one way or another. You have to disclose things on an injury report. I'm just baffled at why this is such a secret.
Well, I think it's something very personal to Harrison Smith, I would imagine. That's why. And he told the team and whoever, the media people said, don't say jack squat. That's my guess. It's a personal thing, and he wants to keep it that way.
Maybe when he says it's a fluid issue, that it's an issue with fluid.
It could be an actual fluid issue, you're
Oh,
saying.
God. Yeah. Right, Randy Shaver? I mean, that's the only thing that it could be,
I mean,
right?
I get, I'm not. I certainly don't want to speculate. I certainly don't want.
See, I enjoy speculating. I don't know why no one ever wants to speculate.
Well, I mean, a physical issue that would keep you out of the game, but you're not talking about a sprained knee or a hurt shoulder. I start to think about, you've been diagnosed with something,
exactly.
something like that.
That's scary.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And obviously, I have no idea if that's what it is or not. But honestly, what else might it be that you are not going to talk about it or disclose it? So,
right, but he's also talking about being back in 2-3 weeks, so it's not like it's like a serious illness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Very strange.
Well, those are the speculation you hear, right? It's some serious illness. It's something embarrassing, or it was a mental health issue. That's kind of what people have been saying.
Could just be bad diarrhea.
Well, that's a long diarrhea.
Well,
I've been the most prolific.
If you're talking about a diarrhea expert.
You want to talk to an expert?
Yeah.
I've had it pretty bad, Dana.
Have you ever had a prolonged...
Not for 2-3 weeks,
No,
I haven't.
I haven't? Okay.
No. It's usually 2 or 3 seconds, followed by a pause, and then 2 or 3 more seconds, and then a pause, and
then the sweat start.
Yeah.
Nick said he could just poop through a strainer and not leave a mark. It was that bad back in the day.
Screen door.
And really, the prolonged effect of that is dehydration for him. So, I mean...
I had problems with dehydration, I did. Josh, is your Russian fembot still in the room?
Yeah, she's here.
Because one listener wants to hear what kangaroo panties sounds like in Russian.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, whenever you get a minute. So anyway, the Vikings have other injury issues. Christian Darrisaw, he got a left knee problem. Not sure if he's going to play Sunday. Blake Cashman's going to miss some time. He's got this going on. Josh's little fantasy boy, Andrew Van Ginkel.
I'm not sure how that got started.
Is in concussion protocol. So is a cornerback named Jeff Okada.
That's not a real player.
I think they made that up.
I think he might be a former Falcon.
Okuda. Former Falcon?
Yeah.
No wonder we can't count on him.
I think, he was a top draft pick when he was Jeff Okuda. I think he played for the Lions. I think he was...
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm thinking of a different guy. My bad.
Also, kick returner...
Трусики кенгуру.
Oh, kangaroo panties in Russia?
Yeah,
That's
kind of hot. It takes a long time.
Трусики кенгуру.
Dude.
I think I like that better than kangaroo panties.
Me too. Also, kick returner Ty Chandler will miss some time because of a knee injury, according to troubled Vikings head coach Kelvin O'Conrad. So a lot of injuries.
They were the healthiest team in the league last year. It's not likely to repeat, unfortunately.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that way, does it?
It's tough. It's tough to come by.
It's tough for all these teams, though, because a lot of these players don't play in the preseason, or they play very little. So it's not surprising that you've got, a lengthy injury report after week one just because these guys haven't played in a while. So.
Wow. Some people are speculating maybe he has a narrow urethra. I don't know.
That's the only thing that's kept me out of professional football.
All I know is this, Randy Shaver.
When we play the way we want to play,
right,
we play a good ball game.
Right.
Only babies get what they want.
Right. 2 hands on the plow. That's where you'll find me.
One day,
2 hands on the plow.
both hands on the. One day after the funniest guy in all of Buffalo, New York, apologized and cried over the helmet slapping and shoving incident with Baltimore Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson on Sunday Night Football, Lamar Jackson has apologized to the funny guy now.
Apologies for everybody.
Lamar said he's sorry that he shoved the guy 11 rows.
I was going to say, guy ended the upper deck.
Yeah, he stiff-armed him real good.
And Lamar said, look, just chill next time, bruh. He said, right. I ain't mad at you anymore. Just chill next time. You can talk trash and stuff, but keep your hands to yourself. Georgia Satellites, 1986. Keep your hands to yourself. Has the Buffalo guy stopped crying yet? As soon as he mentioned Josh Allen, his emotions just boiled over.
I don't know. He's maybe now after this apology, he feels a little better. I wonder if they'll.
I'm wondering if in private Dana's the same way.
Do the Bills get you crying?
When he talks about Josh Allen.
My wife can tell you some stories. She one time last year during the game, she was recording me without me knowing, just so the next day she could show me, like, this is how it is from my perspective, how you're pacing around the entire living room in all Bills gear just acting obnoxious. And I was slightly embarrassed, and I said, yeah, it is what it is. I'm fine with it.
So you watched it and realized she might have a point?
She might have a point.
But you're not going to change a thing.
And she's especially annoyed now because for my 40th birthday, her cousin, become a good friend of mine, Neil, he got me a Josh Allen autographed helmet. And I insist on wearing that helmet when the Bills are playing or when I'm watching Hard Knocks. So she thinks I just look like the most ridiculous human of all time, walking around the living room wearing an NFL helmet.
Oh, she thinks.
That is ridiculous.
You're kind of acting like she's being silly in that.
She is.
Why are you walking around the house wearing a helmet?
You're a 40-year-old man.
You got a helmet. Why don't you wear it?
Josh, can we hear the funniest man in all of Buffalo, New York apologize again? Because it's second to Wingding Bye. It's my second favorite piece of audio of the year.
I'm trying to grab it. My computer just died over here, too.
Son of a bitch.
This has been a bad day for our
we'll get back
electronics.
to that. We'll get back to that. This is funny. Someone texted in and said, Randy doesn't want to speculate. Pardon me. Randy doesn't like to speculate, but he just speculated the crap out of Kirill Kaprizov's contract. And I said, yes, he did, but he didn't like it.
That's all he said is he didn't like it.
We didn't give him much of a choice, honestly.
It's a little bit different to speculate on a contract than it is on somebody's health.
That's true.
That's the difference.
Everyone speculate. Go ahead. All right. Make a guess now. They do this every year, and I have to admit I'm kind of burned out on it, but whatever. Go ahead. Everyone gets a guess. The NFL fan base that drinks the most. Again, I'm sorry I blew up, but I'm tired of this friggin' bit. But go ahead. Josh, the NFL fan base that drinks the most.
Well, I read the article, but my normal reaction would be the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, they're overrated drinkers in Wisconsin. We're out drinking your state since 1860. Get over yourself. You're not that hardcore, and you know it.
But you were probably surprised by the ranking, weren't you, a little bit?
Yeah, but it's
where
all,
they fell specifically?
It's all silly. Derek, the fan base that drinks the most.
I would have gone with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay, Dana.
I would have gone Philly.
Randy Shavers.
I would have said the Packers. I'm sorry. That's what I would have said.
You could outdrink a Packer fan, Randy Shaver. You could. They're soft as baby turds.
Back of the day, I could outdrink about anybody.
Yeah. The NFL fan base with the heaviest drinkers, they say here, is the Arizona Cardinals.
Really?
And here's how they figured it out. NFL fans specifically mention how many drinks they go through during a ball game or on game day. On game day. And Arizona Cardinals fans admitted to downing 5 or more drinks on game day, and that is the most. Next are the Buffalo Bills, then the Houston Texans, Carolina Panthers, Tennessee Titans, blah, 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 blah. What I have here in front of me, the fan base that binge drinks the least on game days to Green Bay Packers. Only 3% of Packers fans have 5 or more drinks. Again, derp. They always put some new twist on this, and I don't care anymore.
Plus, the self-reporting, you don't know if you're really getting an honest count.
That's
from
true. You
anybody.
probably dumb it down, maybe.
Yep.
And this is so bad. This is what aggravated me even more when I read this. This is directly what's in front of me. I'm not editing anything. The fan base that binges the least on game days to Green Bay Packers, only 3% of Packers have had 5 or more drinks, possibly because they're filled up on cheese. Please, if that's all you got, just save it.
Right.
Really leaning into stereotypes there.
651er to 715 Jesus. So he's gone from the cities to Wisconsin, according to his name. He says this to Vikings fans: seltzers don't count, bitches.
Boy, those are popular now, those seltzers.
When I sit around with my bros and we drink, they're dumping down seltzers. I'm surrounded by empty seltzer cans now when I hang out with my bros.
THC ones or?
No. It's just a regular.
See, I feel like the THC ones count.
Oh, yeah. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. My bros don't drink that. They smoke joints like God intended us to. Yeah, okay. Like men do.
Yeah.
They just, when they drink alcohol, they just drink alcohol. So.
Somebody has a theory on this study. He said the trouble you have with people self-reporting in Wisconsin is they can't count to 5.
That's good. And this song and dance again. Miami Dolphins fans started a GoFundMe campaign or whatever it's called so they can fly a Fire Mike McDaniel banner over their home ballpark this weekend. It didn't take them long to reach their goal, $900. The plane's already been chartered. So from 11 to 12 p.m. on Sunday in Miami, the last hour before the game kicks off, a plane will fly above their ballpark that says Fire Mike McDaniel.
Congrats. Congrats to all on that one.
Yeah. Give me a friggin' break. Commodores at Packers tonight, Randy Shaver. Commodores.
Yeah, good game.
You like that one?
I'm almost tempted to buy Prime Video tonight.
Oh, my God.
You don't have Amazon Prime, Randy?
I don't know.
Like, you never just get something sent over to the house or whatever?
I assumed
I
you'd have it for shipping.
I have Amazon, but I don't have the Prime.
Oh well,
that's built in. I think.
Yeah, if you're paying for Amazon, then you get the Prime.
Yeah, if you want.
Well, my wife never told me that.
Yeah, she wants you watching less football, Randy. She knows you have a gambling problem.
You can pay $3 extra a month for no ads. At least that's what mine is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have the shipping, they throw that in.
Just download that app. You're good to go.
All right, I have the raw audio of the guy making the fake apology. So this one I don't have cleaned up like the last one. Hopefully.
Funniest man in Buffalo.
Hopefully this works.
I want to apologize to DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Jackson, to my family and my friends. I let the moment get the best of me, and I let everybody down. I just really wanted the Bills to win, and I never meant to hurt anybody. Also, I was playing against Lamar in fantasy, and I was double angry.
Wow.
Lastly, I will miss going to Bills games, and Josh Allen, if you see this, I love you so much, and I really never meant to hurt anybody. And I hate
I love that guy.
He sounds like he's like a 4-year-old reading a story.
Yes, he does. And we neglected to mention this time around that he's wearing a neck brace.
Yes.
Which is
that's
perfect,
the best part.
The perfect icing on the cake.
That is amazing.
Speaking of gambling, NCAA basketball has banned 3 college players. But I don't have in front of me banned for how long. Are they banned forever? I don't know. 3 college basketball players have been banned for betting on games last season. The 3 players bet on their own games, on one another's games, and or provided information that enabled others to do so. They are not big names from big schools, which is probably why they thought they could get away with it. That's my guess. 2 kids from Fresno State, 1 from San Jose State. You got any sure bets for us as far as this weekend's NFL games, Randy Shaver? Have you looked into that kind of thing yet?
I have, actually. My wife just left for Vegas today, so I put in a few bets.
Yeah.
I guess the bet that I love the most this week is the Lions over the Bears by more than 5.5.
Okay. All right.
I think the Lions are going to crush them.
That made Derek's eyebrows raise a little bit. Lions over the Bears by more than 5.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Ben Johnson revenge game.
Okay. He's
Yeah.
used to be in Detroit. Now he's in
Chicago.
Yeah, now he's in Chicago. The Twins wrapped up their series with the Los Angeles Angels yesterday. They lost by a run. They got a day off today. Then they start the final homestand tomorrow night playing the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe. Buck did hit his 31st hog of the year yesterday.
Buxton hits one high in the air to deep right field. Adele going back, base of the wall, get out of here, and gone. Byron Buxton ties the game at 3, an opposite field home run into the Charlie Sheen section, and the Twins have tied the Angels 3-3 here in the 6th.
The Charlie Sheen section?
Yeah, I was curious about that too.
Anyone know anything about that?
Yeah, I don't know what that was a reference to.
Is it the dry section? You know what I mean? Where they don't serve beer?
I don't
Family
know.
section or something?
Family section?
Section 2.5.
Oh, dude. Yeah. I'm just wondering, since we learned a couple days ago that Charlie Sheen is, on the wagon and he's celibate for the last 10 years?
That's what he's claiming. It's hard to believe.
Maybe that's what Corey Provis?
That sounded like Atterbury.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Corey Provis was sick yesterday. I don't think he did the game.
Maybe that was what the Twins announcer was referencing, that the baseball landed in the dry section.
Did anybody watch that yet, a.k.a. Charlie Sheen? It was on Netflix yesterday.
No.
I was kind of wondering if I'd ever watch it. I was somewhat interested, but then I saw a headline for an article that said, "Why Charlie Sheen put an ice cube up his butt while filming movie at height of drug addiction," and I thought, I got to tune in.
So you watched this thing?
No, I put it in my Netflix queue immediately after I saw, again, the headline, "Why Charlie Sheen put an ice cube up his butt while filming movie at height of drug addiction."
Huh.
I think I could get pretty far to the end of the internet before I decided to go ahead and watch a Charlie Sheen documentary.
I got there a lot quicker than you did.
You did.
And I don't even wear a helmet when I watch television.
I'm kind of with you, Josh, because I feel like the best bits of this are going to get spoiled if I don't watch it in the next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
I did look. I had to Google it and find out why.
You're saying, Dana, you have no interest in a Charlie Sheen documentary?
Not really, no.
Why not? The guy's, what the hell?
He's been in some awesome.
He's out of his mind.
Have you seen Platoon? Have you seen?
Oh,
Major
yeah.
League?
I mean, he's made some good movies, but I think his personal life I know way too much about already, and I don't need to know anymore.
Oh, I didn't know you were so well informed. I think it'll be fun just because he's such a nutcase.
Okay, people are texting in on that Charlie Sheen section reference. Too Broke to Motorsport Jesus said, and a few others have checked in as well. It means the nosebleeds, a reference to his cocaine use.
Oh, no.
So the Twins guy made a reference to cocaine addiction
Is
when
that-
Byron Buxton hit a home run?
Is that true? A lot of people are texting in saying that's exactly what it is.
Huh. I didn't think that a guy would make that type of a reference when calling a ball game.
Maybe he
but
knows no one's watching anymore.
I've got more respect for him now after the fact. You guys ever accidentally found yourself in the dry section at a ball game?
No, I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, Twins have the family section. They don't serve any beer up there. I never made this mistake, but one of my heaviest drinking buddies, his company bought them all tickets to a day game. And, hey, everyone, we got the day off. We're going to the Twins game. And my pal, kind of clueless, this is a guy who got a DWI once for driving his car down a set of railroad tracks. So he's not always tuned in to the right thing to do. Anyway, so he sat there. This is back when they used to have the beer vendors, go up and down the aisles. And he sat there and sat there and sat there for about 4 innings of baseball. And finally he said, who's the guy got a dome out around here to get a beer? And they said, stupid ass, we're in the family section. And he said, well, goodbye. And he went and spent the rest of the game down in the bar, got good and drunk.
Okay, so more people are texting in on the Charlie Sheen section. And this one makes more sense for a guy to bring that up right on the air. That apparently he used to buy a whole bunch of seats in left field so he didn't have to deal with regular folks and, if he could catch a home run ball and stuff like that.
Okay, he bought out an entire section of left field seats at Angel Stadium years ago in an effort to catch a home run ball and getting the same message. For whatever reason. I'm enjoying all of it. For whatever reason, the announcer called it the Charlie Sheen section. I think it's great.
The nosebleed thing, that's funnier, but yeah, this makes more sense.
Oh, God. All right. I mean, I'd like to say that I'd get around to watching that documentary, but I never get around to watching any television programming. I bet it'll be a lot of fun to watch. And
Out for a rip, Jesus said it's worth it.
I bet it'll be a little, well, you already mentioned an ice cube in the can.
Yeah.
I bet it'll be a little difficult to watch at times.
Tough to top that.
He was having trouble staying awake.
Oh, my
So he
goodness.
tried that, and people said it worked.
That is funny.
Woke him up.
Randy Shaver, Anthony Rizzo is retiring from professional baseball. Although he last played for the awful New York Yankees, he'll retire as a Cub during an on-field ceremony at Wrigley Field before Saturday's game against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yep. A great Chicago Cub player in his prime.
A lot of folks don't know this, but Anthony Rizzo's uncle is Frank Rizzo from the Jerky Boys.
I had heard that. I always
Yeah.
wondered if that was true.
Yeah. Boy, he was aggressive when he was on the telephone, wasn't he, Frank Rizzo?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No holds barred.
Anthony Rizzo played 14 years in the bigs. He and his teammates pissed me off in a big way when they won the 20 and 16 World Series. But you know what I never knew about the guy? He's very selfless and does a lot of work with cancer patients. Patients is how you say it. He's a survivor of cancer himself. I was not aware of that. He specifically helps kids who are sick. He created the Anthony Rizzo Family Foundation. They gave him the Roberto Clemente Award a few years ago, Randy Shaver.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be a hell of a party there in Chicago on Saturday when he retires. It sounds like the best player in the WNBA might soon be up for grabs. Angel Reese is not happy with her current ball club. A team called the Chicago Skies. She's pissed everybody off, including her teammates. One anonymous WNBA executive expects the team to trade her during the upcoming off-season. Best player in the WNBA, Derek.
She's certainly the most marketable player on the Sky, so if they are trading her, that's a big deal for them.
Randy Shaver.
She could have been a Lynx.
Well, maybe she can now.
Yeah, now's the time.
Maybe she can now.
They've already got the best player in the WNBA.
Yes.
Nafisa?
Yes. Nafisa
She's
Cogg.
phenomenal.
Here we go again with this. Malik Beasley is again under investigation
Oh,
by
my
the
God.
For
gambling.
The same thing?
Well, I'll explain. And the Wolves considered signing him a couple weeks ago, but then they backed off because they know he's iffy. It says here, Malik Beasley is no longer considered a target in an ongoing federal probe related to NBA gambling activity, but he's still being further investigated by the league.
Sure.
So they're looking into now. When he played for the Milwaukee Bucks a couple years ago, he might have made some bets and did some improper this and that. There's something about there was a game in 20 and 24 where the odds on Beasley to record fewer than 2.5 rebounds in that game shifted significantly before tip-off. You've heard this kind of thing a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So.
It's so easy to do, right? I mean, just the way the technology is with betting, that, it's not surprising that college athletes are getting caught up in this stuff, and that pro athletes are too.
Yeah, Malik Beasley. Had a great year last year. Now it's all just going into the toilet for the guy. This can't be true. Saul Rosenberg is also related to Anthony Rizzo?
Oh, did they work together or
related to?
Related
To Anthony Rizzo. I know Frank Rizzo from the Jerky Boys is Anthony Rizzo's uncle, but now they're saying even Saul Rosenberg is a part of the family. I don't know. Derek, do you have any idea what we're talking about?
I clearly need to do some more research on the Jerky Boys.
Did you listen to it? We're the same age.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely know who they are. It's about
I was obsessed with the Jerky Boys.
Oh, God, I couldn't get enough of that stuff.
My parents wouldn't let us listen, so we'd have to sneak and listen to those CDs back. Or tapes, I guess.
God. It's a lost art, the prank phone call. Yeah. You can't get anybody on the phone now.
Right. True.
And,
during D everywhere.
During the Jerky Boys run, I'm a fan, it became more and more difficult to prank someone Number one, because of caller ID and things like that. Number two, because they were the Jerky Boys. They became wildly popular. For God's sake, they had a movie, which I still haven't tried, but they had a damn movie. So they took to having people call them. They'd put fake ads in the paper and have people call. And one of my favorites ever, Josh, I'm sure you remember this, where someone calls Saul Rosenberg about buying some lawn chairs or something, and he pretends like he fell. And if you're a Jerky Boys fan, you know what I'm talking about. There's this loud noise. He made it sound like he tripped over his dog and fell, and then anyway.
What was the one about the chainsaw? Is that the same?
Oh, they had many chainsaw bits.
Yeah.
You had to be there. All right, Randy Shaver.
Sorry about the technical issues. Hopefully we can get that figured out.
Yeah. The phone is doing the same thing, so a little crazy this morning.
Yeah, well, but I bet you've gotten to look through some of the dirty pictures you have on your phone. Yeah. So.
Well, I've got plenty.
Yeah.
So.
We'll talk to you tomorrow, Randy.
Sounds good.
Thanks very much. We'll be coming back with more here in a few minutes on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Because Progressive offers discounts for paying in full, owning a home, and more. Plus, you can count on their great customer service to help you when you need it, so your dollar goes a long way. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save on car insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Ever wonder how dark the world can really get?
Well, we dive into the twisted, the terrifying, and the true stories behind some of the world's most chilling crimes.
Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Nicole.
Together, we host Wicked and Grim, a true crime podcast that unpacks real-life horrors one case at a time.
With deep research, dark storytelling, and the occasional drink to take the edge off,
we're here to explore the wicked
and reveal the grim. We are Wicked and Grim.
Follow and listen on your favorite podcast platform.
The Half-Assed Morning Show, 93X.
Yeah, we're back. It's 8:29. We appreciate you folks sticking around, hanging the F out with us today. Speaking of hanging out right here live in studio, just for the hell of it, our program director, Derek. What do you think there, bro? You having a good time?
I am. I haven't screwed anything up yet, have I?
Not at all. And if you did, we'd be too scared to tell you.
And I'll tell you what, no, you haven't effed anything up. You're having a good time. That's great. Our listeners are enjoying it, too. Here's a text that came in a few minutes ago that said, fire Derek and buy new equipment.
Yeah, we are having a lot of issues today.
So there you go. Was it just yesterday, Josh, we talked a little bit about dating websites and whatnot just yesterday?
That was just yesterday, yeah.
And Dana, didn't you say you met one of your wives on a dating website?
Yeah,
right?
I met my most recent wife on Bumble.
Your most recent wife on Bumble.
Did you meet both of them on a website?
Well, the first one was through Twitter, so not a dating app, but technically through the internet.
Through Twitter?
Yeah.
Like, do they have a dating function or just a regular Twitter?
She thought I was funny and messaged me.
Wow. I bet you don't hear that too often.
Next thing you know, the two
Twitter,
of you...
all you ever hear is positivity on Twitter.
That's right.
I had more success on Twitter than I have on any other type of actual dating app.
That's funny.
Derek, you've negotiated an encounter or two on dating websites.
I have.
Yes, he has.
Have you been on just kind of the ones we've heard of, or is it like Bumble I'd never heard of until Dana?
Are you wondering about like super secret ones?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah, you got some of those like really famous people ones I've heard about?
Like the dark magic ones or some evil ones?
Do you know some?
I mean, there are ones that are like out there, but they're not really in Minnesota so much. You know what I mean? So like Raya is the big celebrity one out in L.A. that you have to kind of like apply to get into or whatever. But
Really?
there's no pool here for that. So.
Okay, so
Nick and I were disappointed that Tinder changed. We always thought that was like ordering food, where you just go on there, you want some action, and then it happens. But we've been told that's not the case.
You might be surprised to find that there's not an endless supply of women out there who are just looking to casually hook up.
It just seemed like, eventually, within seconds, you'd find one, and they show up at your door, or you go there. I mean, I had a couple of buddies that when it first started, that's how they described it. Like, it was awesome.
like ordering a pizza pie.
Yeah, same type of thing.
All right, real quick, let me just throw this at you, because since just yesterday we were talking about dating sites, I stumbled upon some this and that here for you. I hope you enjoy it. What it is some examples of messages being traded back and forth on a dating site between men and women. And some of it came off very funny. Of course, you're dealing with a complete stranger. You don't always know how serious anybody is about any of this when you're trading messages back and forth on such a thing like a dating site. So here you go. Let me see if you like this one. Guy and a gal texting back and forth on a dating site, a dating app, whatever it might be. You guys know what I mean, like a social media type thing. Guy, you from here? Gal says, yeah. Guy says, nice. Know any good spots for a date? Gal says, museums. The guy says, oh, cool. Is there one you prefer? She says, art. And the guy says, I bet I can guess your favorite style of art. She says, go ahead. And he says, minimalism.
That's pretty good. Did you get it?
That's where it ended. I don't know if she continued on after that. That's quick. Here's another guy messaging a gal. And the guy said, the more whys somebody has in their hey, the more interested they are in you. With that being said, the guy says, hey, with about 4 Ys. The gal responds with H-E.
Took me a second.
Oh, here's a guy and a gal. And the guy, this is, they caught it kind of in the middle of the conversation. The guy says, you look really updog in that second picture that you posted. And the gal says, huh? And the guy says, updog. You got that updog look on your face. And the gal says, well, you look like the kind of guy that has to make his dog lick peanut butter off of his balls, bitch.
Jeez. He never even got to throw
and
out his punchline.
And the guy responds with, not much. How about you? And finally, a guy says, do you have tattoos? And the gal says, yeah, like 12. Why? And the guy says, that's good. My mom told me never to trust an unmarked van.
Kind of set himself up for a mom joke.
All right. Josh said earlier he's not a cuck.
No.
And
that's kind of what a cuck would say, though.
Right.
Is it really a cuck would deny it? I thought cucks were all about it.
Josh says he's not a cuck. He's tired of the jokes. We brought this up earlier because a book has been written called So You Want to Be a Cuckold. It's written by a lady named Adrena Winters. Cuckolding has become the hottest sex trend in the year of 20 and 25, okay? Who was asked about this? Who was surveyed? We don't know. But cuckolding has become the hottest sex trend in the year, for this year. Do you want to hear the others? Other than cuckolding?
Yes, please.
Yes, thank you, Derek.
Better alternatives, I would hope.
Okay, maybe.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe.
Not so much.
Okay, the other trending sexual things in the year 2025, one of them is penis humiliation. And Josh, you might be probably saying to yourself right now, I can get that without even leaving the house.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there's nothing you could say about my penis that I haven't said worse about my own. So that doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me at all.
Penis humiliation.
Usually there's another adjective that goes with penis humiliation. Right.
I'm not sure.
It's usually describing the size of the penis.
Oh,
right?
certainly, yeah. There'd be a description there.
Yeah.
So this is where, even according to the story, even men with average-sized genitalia enjoy being told that they're terribly small, and they're often tied to playful dominance dynamics. I'm not sure what that means. They're often tied to playful dominance dynamics.
Yeah, they want to be told what to do with their tiny unit.
Okay.
Barely satisfy me with that thing.
Yeah.
So that's trending, you guys. That's trending, along with cuckolding, number one. Everyone's trying it in the year 20 and 25. Next up is penis humiliation. Dominant women, trending. Simply women initiating and taking charge in the bedroom.
See, now that's one I can get behind.
Oh, yeah?
Especially when sometimes you're feeling a little bit lazy or uncreative,
Not feeling so creative. You don't want to be the one calling all the shots.
Yeah.
Sure.
I like a woman who knows what she wants and is involved in things. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I want them involved. Feederism.
Okay, this one I do not know.
I didn't either until I read it earlier this morning. Feederism. This is a lesser-known kink centered around... This is not my game. I can already tell you that. A lesser-known kink centered around arousal from watching a partner eat and gain weight.
So I don't get aroused from that, but I like a big eater. I like that versus...
Yeah, I know. You've mentioned that before, and I struggle with that.
Yeah, like I said, it's not something that turns me on, but I appreciate that.
But do you like watching them eat?
No, it's not necessarily that. So it's different than what this is, but...
And I want to be very clear about something. Again, feederism is a lesser-known kink centered around arousal from watching a partner eat and gain weight. This is nothing I would ever be interested in, and I want to make it very clear that I have nothing against bigger women or bigger people. I just cannot stand the thought of food playing a role at all in my sex life. I've never understood. You see movies where they're rolling around in mashed potatoes, and
we watch different movies.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, you guys know that's a friggin' thing.
All right, so, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to dare investigate this.
Yes.
You never once thought about some whipped cream?
Of course.
You did that once, and that was overrated.
Yes, of course, Derek. But
Very messy.
that doesn't count, a little bit of whipped cream, for Christ's sake. I'm talking about these folks.
What about, like, the George Costanza when he figured out he could bring, like, the sub sandwich to bed? Get a little snack in while it was going on.
George from Seinfeld, he was eating a sub? Well,
he was eating his sub sandwich in the bed.
And, Josh... you said you like a big eater. You like a woman who puts away the food. I don't know what it is about my upbringing, but I just find watching people eat is unappealing to me. Very unappealing to me. The slightest sloppiness turns my stomach. So there's nothing that would attract me to anyone by watching them eat.
Yeah, I don't get that one. It's watching someone eat, no. Like, I get what you're talking about, where it's like, oh, it's fun to hang out with someone who likes to eat a little bit. I like to eat, you like to eat, you know what I mean?
And it probably shows you, Josh, deep down it shows you that they're not shy, things like that.
And they're just, then you don't have to, I don't know, there's times where, like, I'll eat what I'd consider real food, and then somebody would eat, like, a side salad, and I'd feel kind of bad. Maybe this was the wrong thing. We shouldn't have went out to dinner.
I just wiped out a cow over here.
Yeah.
But you were never naked while all that was
No, and I was never aroused. Like, put that in your mouth. Okay, that sounded worse than I
here's
meant it to.
A question via text. You ever seen a naked woman covered in sushi?
Yes.
You went to a fancy restaurant once where there was a naked lady cup.
Yeah, it was a girl I was dating, actually.
Did you know that she was a naked sushi woman before you walked into the restaurant?
Yeah, she had never done that before. She was a Bacardi girl. And so she would go to all those events and stuff like that and rep Bacardi. Remember, she came in and she had the body paint on?
I don't recall.
This is forever ago. 25 years ago.
So
I love body paint.
Josh was a big body paint guy.
Yeah, definitely.
You dated a gal who was paid to walk around bars and give away shots of Bacardi.
Yes.
And she also would lie on a table at a restaurant naked?
She just did it once.
Oh.
Yeah, she did it one time. I mean, they have, like, she had panties on, like the
Panties?
tiny. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. Underwear.
You did the right thing. I could just tell you were uncomfortable saying that out loud.
I don't know what else to say. She had a covering over her privates.
Drawers, but topless.
Yes.
And there was
and body painted.
Oh.
Like and then they put sushi on her.
It's so weird.
This is something I've only seen on video. I've never actually seen this in person.
Yeah, and I never would have went except she's like, "Hey, do you want to go? I'm doing this thing." And I thought that's ridiculous. Of course I want to go. I got to see this.
So how long did she have to lie there?
Oh, it wasn't too long. I'm going to say half an hour, maybe.
Oh, that's not bad.
I mean,
I'm thinking like hour number 2 with
No.
sushi on you would be.
There was a bunch of them.
To get a little bit uncomfortable.
Hold on, I gotta go to the bathroom.
She was one of like 6 different girls that did it.
So everyone got to see her lying there topless. Josh, here's a listener with a theory on your big eaters. They say what goes in must come out. Big eater equals big pooper. Imagine what she's doing later. Oh, it's just terrible.
I don't want to do that. I'm not going to imagine that.
When people are calling me out on my dislike for eating, there's nothing sexual, there's nothing appealing to me about that at all. People are calling me out on me and Cubby's old banana story.
Oh, that's right. So
But,
that's an exception to your rule.
Yeah,
then.
bananas, ice cream and bananas and popsicles are obviously an exception. Not everything I say is a full-on blanket statement. Anyway.
Yeah, we should tell Derek.
I don't know if we should tell that story anymore.
Or you don't think it's...
I don't know. You tell me, think about it.
Okay, well, maybe we'll ask you off air.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. All right, here are the other popular sex trends this year. Trends. I'm so tired of friggin' trends.
Have you ever been in the bedroom and went, I don't think this is trending, honey. Let's try something a little more that's popular at this point.
Yeah, it's silly.
I need some internet cool points. We got to try something that's trending.
Aura farming. That's what we need to start doing.
A farming?
Aura farming.
Aura
That's what the
farming.
kids say now. Aura farming.
What does that mean?
Like you're trying to get some cred. You're working for it.
Aura. I don't understand the young people.
Yeah.
Female wrestling is another popular trend.
You mean like the divas?
No. I don't think so, Derek.
I don't think that's it.
No. I've seen some of these wrestling matches, and my God.
You have? You've seen this in real life?
Oh, no, on internet.
Oh, okay, like porn or whatever?
And the loser takes a thrashing. I'll say that much.
Is there really a loser?
Hell no.
Certainly not the viewers, apparently.
Everyone goes home a winner. One particular website, I don't know if I should say it out loud, but...
Are there like ropes and stuff?
No, it's on a mat like Greco-Roman.
Okay.
And they're not wearing any clothes, and then the loser has to pretty much just let it happen. You know what I mean? Like the loser,
Right, okay.
The loser's the submissive is what I mean by that.
Fair enough. They've been pinned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And finally, God help us all.
Is there a referee?
Derek's still stuck on that.
I believe so. I believe until the pin, is called. Yes, there is a referee keeping an eye on the action. A winner is declared. Yes, now that I'm thinking, hand, the arm is raised. Then that that referee gets the hell out of the way.
Or they get knocked out and all hell breaks loose.
Yeah. There is a ref. Finally, go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say, someone's text on the topic of trends and wants to know, anybody know about this 6'7" trend in kids? Yes, I hear that at home all the time. And I couldn't tell you the artist, but I guess it was some artist that sang something about 6'7", and then people, some people started putting in the background of TikTok videos, and that's kind of became a thing. And they respond, everything is 6'7", every single thing.
Your wife is on this one.
Oh, does she say it in
all
class?
about the 6'7".
Oh, that's got to be annoying. Well, it is a big. Actually, it's moved on to like 4 or 5 now. I can barely keep up, but yeah, 6'7" was pretty big amongst my son and his friends.
I hate to close out this conversation with such horrible, disgusting. Again, the hottest sex trends in the year 2020. What have we covered so far? Okay, number 1 is cuckolding. Everyone wants to watch their partner get destroyed. Penis humiliation. Guys haul it out, and the girl says, "Oh, get that Tic Tac away from me, you little bitch." Right? Penis humiliation. Dominant women, simply women initiating and taking charge in the bedroom. It's about the only one that's come off as somewhat normal here. Feederism, you get turned on by watching your partner eat and gain weight. That's so bizarre to me. Female wrestling, wah-wah-wee-wah. Finally, fart fantasies.
Somebody just threw this in.
Horrible, horrible.
It's like the test one to
Yeah.
make sure you're paying attention.
I don't know.
It's got to be like 1 out of every 500 million people are into that.
I had no idea it was a real thing. I heard about it on South Park, and I thought, oh, they must be making that up. But apparently it is an actual thing.
It's awful and it's wrong.
We saw cake farting once in person.
Blown out candles?
No. Cake, where you sit on a cake and fart.
Oh, okay.
Somebody did that once. That was a joke for a while where people were doing the cake farting.
My damn.
So, gun to your head, you got to try one of these.
Yeah.
Which one are you going with?
Oh, well, easy, dominant women.
I mean, let's throw that one out because that shouldn't be even in this conversation. Although it's fair, it's trending. Yeah. That's all. But I threw it away. So
I think they're all kind of forms of dominant women in some way or another, right?
Yeah. You know what? You just made a connection we should have made. You're right.
You are right. Let's throw out simply women taking charge in the bedroom. So our choices,
female wrestling, we got to get rid of that one, right?
I suppose because men aren't allowed. Yeah, right, Josh? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I was more thinking like that's an easy one, too. Of course you're going to get into that
one.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd let a woman wrestle you.
Sure. She'd win every time. I'm as weak as a kitten. So let's good question. Let's gun to my head if I had to choose one. So my choices are cuckolding, feederism, some kind of food. What were the others?
Penis humiliation.
And
fart fantasies.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Well, fart fantasies is out the damn door immediately. Not a chance in hell. Last woman on earth. I'm not playing fart fantasies with her or anybody. The penis humiliation, that would do nothing for me. We'd end up in a fist fight, probably, me and the gal. So, no. The food thing, no. So what am I left with? What was the last one?
Well, there's penis humiliation, feederism, fart fantasy.
Oh, cuckolding. That was
cuckolding.
I guess I'll be a cuck because the others don't. I can't do it. Can't do it.
I think I would go with the penis humiliation just because I feel like my ego could take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could handle that. And my response simply would be, I know.
I suppose, I know. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I would fight back. I mean, I don't know what, maybe I'd insult her ass or something, I don't know. It would end up a fist fight. We'd end up in the papers. Oh, my goodness. We had just a terrible conversation about the hottest new sex trends for the year 20 and 25. Terrible. Can't believe what you folks are doing to each other.
Never been less aroused.
Yeah. Yeah, you could bring Britney Spears in here right now, and I'd have nothing for her after that conversation about the latest sex trends.
I've got friends that are into all kinds of different things and stuff that does not interest me.
Yeah.
Not really my thing, but, go ahead, do what you want to do. But I've never met one person turned on by farts. I don't think we've ever got a text that says they're into that. Oh, you have a look on your face, Derek. Look, maybe you know someone.
Don't say it.
No. I was just thinking like me neither. Mm-hmm. But if you're out there, we're not here to shame you.
Oh no, not at all. It's something definitely. It seems like none of us would be interested in, and I've really never met one person that said, "Gosh, I really like that."
It's just hard to envision. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've never heard that story either, Josh. I've never had a bro pull me aside and say, "Look, I like a lady with gas."
Yeah. Or vice versa. Like if my wife was like, I'd really like it if you would do that on me or something. I couldn't do it. There's no way.
Yeah, maybe you just love to fart on other people. It's not you want to be the giver.
I'm not a fan of any of it. I said earlier, because one of the trending sex things that we're supposedly into this year is feederism. I think I have the right term. Where you're turned on by watching your partner eat or watching them gain weight. This is nothing against people with a little bit of weight on them, but eating or food has never done anything for me other than nourish me. I don't understand the food fetish. Food should never come into play.
I don't understand the watch and gain weight part because that just seems like it would take a really long time.
Yeah, you watch a time-lapse video or something?
Well, that sounds like if you're captured by a maniac serial killer, he might watch you get heavy or something. You know what I mean? That sounds like crazy killer stuff.
Well, those
Anyway.
mukbang videos are supposedly very, very popular. It's kind of sad. I mean, some of these, I don't know if you call them influencers or whatever, people involved in it, they put on so much weight, their health is seriously in trouble. Wasn't there a lady that we talked about that died?
I thought it was a guy, but yeah. So anyway, I said maybe it was something in my upbringing that puts me off completely from mixing food with attraction or sex or anything in that department. And a few listeners texted in and said, yeah, dude, there was something in your upbringing. It never occurred to me in the moment, but they think it was because of the clam chowder.
Oh, yeah, I don't like any of
And
that.
when my grandmother's nose
I
was
hate Christmas
bleeding
now because of that.
into the clam chowder, and she ate the bloody clam chowder. And this was on Christmas Eve. You may be right. You may be right. A listener texted
I'm
in.
even less turned on than I was at the start of this conversation.
Young decrepit Jesus texted in, and he said this. These are his rules, or I suppose I could just put it that way. This is his thought process with everything we've been talking about. He said, food does not mix with sex. Poop does not mix with sex. And he also said this, and I'm not sure what he means, but he said, and at a water park party, it usually gets the bread wet. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
And maybe I don't want to know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay.
No, I don't even want to picture what it means.
We got to get going. Thank you very much to our program director, Derek Madden, for swinging by and hanging out with us. And now we probably won't see you because you're off to Vegas tomorrow.
Yeah, but I'll be back.
Yeah, well, we hope you come back. You're going partying all weekend in Vegas. Do you, are you a big gambler?
I'm a small gambler.
Sports gambling for sure.
Sports gambling, getting bet on some games.
What about cards?
I might play a little blackjack
Okay.
late at night if I need something to do.
Does every friend group have this hard-on in their friend group who walks up to the roulette table and puts down $200 on one spin? Do you have,
No.
I've got that. You have that? Yeah.
There's that guy.
Yeah. He always wants to prove how well hung he is by, just one spin, $200, black, whatever, right? Okay. I got that friend, too. It's always annoying every time. Good luck. Be careful, and we'll see you soon, Derek.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.
You're listening to the radio. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey, podcast pals. Dana here to give you a friendly reminder that now is the best time to get your furnace tuned up before we take a shot to the face with cold Minnesota weather. My pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning currently have same-day and next-day openings, but they won't last long. By the time October rolls around, if your furnace craps out, you'll be freezing your private parts off while dealing with side-eye from your significant other and pets for not calling sooner. So give Standard Heating and Air Conditioning a call today. Check this out. You can save up to $70 on your tune-up with Standard Heating. Visit standardheating.com. That's standardheating.com to book today.